What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound like an aching corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel alive inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I could find a way to avoid this fate, could be a story to tell.
It's back. The MotoXpod, episode 408. We have another person in studio. He hasn't been here for like 6 years, but he's back. Before we introduce everybody, we are presented by Yamaha Motor USA and Race Tech. And at Yamaha Motor USA, we don't just build motorcycles, we engineer legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. Whether it's the dominance of the YZ 450F, the YZ 250F, which they just did the 27 intro at Club MX the last 2 days. I did not get invited. Very sad about that. But I did talk to Kiefer afterward, and he's making me very excited to get my 27. So, or the beloved YZ 250 two-stroke. Every YZ is built for riders to push harder, ride faster, and demand the best. So unleash victory by riding Yamaha. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com. You can see their complete lineup. Or better yet, go to a local dealership and see all that they have to offer. All right, guys, this is, episode 408. We've got a pretty cool lineup. We've got Jerry Robbins going to come on. We haven't talked to him in a long time. Certainly haven't talked to him since his injury last year. I saw him at Loretta Lynn's, and I said, hey, man, would you want to come on and talk about it? And he said, hell yeah, let's do it. So he's going to jump on. We've got Club MX Yamaha's amateur future phenom, I think. Man, this kid looked killer fast at Loretta's, Jesson Turner. And then one of the voices of GNCC, Loretta Lynn's, last year AMA Arena Cross, not sure about this coming year. Zac Herrin's going to jump on here for a little bit. So he's a really cool guy. I did a spotlight on our website, MotoXpod.com, about him a while back. But yeah, he's going to come on the show tonight, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get to all the stuff. Let's introduce, first of all, working the cameras. He's still here. He did show up on time. Scott Thompson, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Wow. Who was that? That dude, that's like a man.
Yeah. It sounded like a man. No, man.
Oh, she's back.
Glad to be here as always.
Good.
Yep.
Speaking of that, back in studio from the oil field, TJ Smith.
He comes in with this like, hey, everybody, with this silky smooth voice. I actually got a little turned on, but I mean, it's totally different.
YouTube listeners, you can help us out. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been adjusting volumes. I got an email from somebody that said that we're still a little bit off. So I do need to lower that intro a little bit now.
Yeah, that blasted
it's
my dome
a little
off.
bit, and I've noticed it the last few weeks on the waveform that it's quite a bit louder than us, but we'll get that adjusted for the next show.
And
It's
if
pain.
any of the listeners want, just send random emails to Darkside about random problems that aren't even there in the show, and he will freak out about them for like 2 weeks.
He loves that.
Like he would just.
I knew the volume was off.
Yeah, we know.
So it was good to get a listener complaint so that I could actually just decide to do something about it. But if you're on YouTube right now, let Scotty or TJ in the chat know if it sounds okay. But also, once we get our first guest on, kind of let the guys know how the volume of the guest compares so that I can adjust it mid-show if we're off a little bit, and then hopefully we'll have it set. So, okay. Are you glad to be back, TJ?
I am. It's just been so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it's a short show, but it's been great so far.
Well, we're done. All right, guys.
Exactly.
Wrap it up.
We are all going riding. We're going to do some single track this weekend.
That's right.
Down at Cycle Land. We're going to do a video. What's your video? What are we covering? What product?
We've got the Aegis, the X10 Phantom. It's a helmet communication that is like a third of the price of some of the bigger brands that all they really have is just their name. And they have to pay for all the marketing they do. These companies don't. It's really good. I've been running it, spending my own money. So if anybody knows me, they know how cheap I am. I've been spending my own money for this kit, and the company was appreciative enough, or we were appreciative enough for them to send us a couple of the new ones. And we're going to test those out this weekend and make a video. So they're really good.
We will be riding dirt bikes and talking trash and making fun of Scotty. God, I hope he falls off that bridge again.
Bro, we're gonna actually. I don't
Is
want.
he bringing his bike?
No, so
Is he bringing his gas?
No,
Is he bringing
I'll bring me
his
I'll bring
grips?
gas.
He's almost no.
his handlebars?
No.
What is he bringing?
I,
Do you have to go
you know
pick
what?
him
I'm
up?
just
My beautiful
grateful.
personality.
I'm just grateful that he's bringing himself.
Oh,
Wow.
thanks.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, that's the kind of show we're gonna have.
That's
cool.
right.
All right. We're gonna briefly talk about Unadilla, a couple things maybe, but a couple more housekeeping items. PulpMX app. You guys listen to PulpMX? Any of you?
Nope,
No.
Never heard
No,
of it.
never listen to PulpMX. Okay, well there is another show that they try to be like us a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know.
Some say
I
they-
mean,
some
they've
say
been
they even
around a
copy
little
us.
while, but they have an app that
Is that it's like we're the show of the people? That's that uptight one you're talking about. That is like
I don't
like,
know, man.
They
I
just
don't
feel like they're
listen.
superior than everybody.
Yeah, I don't actually listen, so I can't tell you. I'm actually trying
This
to.
is the show of the people here. So.
Is it?
Isn't that right, Scotty? Like we
That's
are.
what they tell me.
That's what we. I mean, it's Scotty is the chat hero. I used to like being in the chat. I don't anymore because they just like Scotty too much.
Well,
Sorry,
listen,
man.
this other show,
Yes.
they have this great producer named Travis Marks.
Travis is.
And we
awesome.
love Travis.
We love Travis. We do love Travis.
And he created an app for that show, for
Yeah.
the PulpMX show. And they have an offering. I think it's $2.99 one time. You pay for this app. It has quite a few. The host of the show sent me a message earlier. It's like, hey, you know how you helped me out that time with PulpMX Gives Back and the Lawrence
Yeah.
brothers saying, I need you to help me again because we're just not selling any of these
That's right.
spots on
That's
the
right.
PulpMX app. Could you promote it on your show?
Yeah.
And I said, sure, man, I can help you out.
Sure, that's
But
exactly
here's-
how that conversation
It's
went
exactly,
down.
I mean, I got it right here in this text.
Sounds right.
What I got, Travis Marks said, just wanted us to let you know, if you pay the $2.99, you get exclusive sponsor deals, like $20 off at Motorsport, and you can even get 40% off of another goggle company than the one that sponsors ours
Yeah.
right now on their Armega pack. I'm not going to, it's 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can auto skip the commercials. There's exclusive contents, and there's an upcoming sound check, which is the music pod Steve, that guy used to
Yeah.
do. He did it with Justin Hill. It's only going to be on the pay app,
Yeah.
which I want to hear that. He will not send me the file, so that's great.
$2.99.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to pay $2.99. There's other exclusive content. There's the game, the video game that you could play as me, and you can download the drops.
I guess I'm
I
gonna
know why
have to
you're
get
laughing.
that.
You can.
I'm a little-
I know.
I'm a little bummed with the fact that I bought the app back in the day to help out,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
the first
now
one?
I got to
Yeah.
buy it again.
Well, listen, and you get drops as ringtones. And here's what I want to do.
Okay.
If one of our listeners or a few of our listeners will go and buy the app,
Yeah.
and you send us proof, I have an FXR hat. It's actually the exact same hat Scotty has on his head right now.
The one that's on his head.
Not that one, 'cause that's
Okay.
gross.
That's gross. Okay.
This one still has like the protective covering on it.
Hey.
And I have a 6D helmet extra large shirt. Not a
Okay.
6D helmet,
Yeah.
but a shirt that I will throw in. If you guys will go and subscribe, we will
In the Continental.
pay for the $2.99. Send me a proof of your receipt.
Yep.
And I will pick a winner, and you can get some free product. If you're like on the fence about supporting this other janky show, you can do it, and you'll get some free stuff from us, maybe.
Can I be in this drawing? I mean,
You know what? If you pay the $2.99, yes.
because you know I don't like to spend
Yeah.
money.
If you pay the $2.99, yes.
That'd be great.
Are you gonna do it?
I actually yes. I don't. And if
Are you gonna send me proof?
I mean, maybe
Yeah. Okay. Another housekeeping thing. MX Simulator.
Housekeeping.
somebody already
Ding,
says
ding.
Shirtgate in the.
Housekeeping.
Nope. It's gonna go out, man.
To the-
The socks went out. The
To-
the hat, the HCR hat
But
went out.
just the United States.
Yes, Continental. Thank you, Continental US.
Yes.
Also, MX Simulator Pro Nationals fire off live at 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific tonight on Start Your Systems. Don't miss the action as the best players in the world look to dethrone defending champion Seth Carr as the gate drops on 4 30-minute plus 2-lap motos with ever-changing conditions. Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming up. Also, I guess we're just gonna do it. We might not even get to Unadilla before we get to our first guest.
Ah,
I dug out, I was cleaning out my storage, and I realized I still have a bunch of MotoXpod shirts. I have the logo, the normal logo. Scotty's wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah.
I have the Thrasher logo. And we've
I like
got a
that
few
one.
sizes of those left. We're going to do a special offer, $35 shipped. So if you guys are interested, hit me up
in the continental United States.
also in the Continental
You
US.
got to get better at saying
Yeah,
that.
man. Hit me up on my social media. You can DM me or MotoXpod show at gmail.com. And I found one single dark shirt left.
Oh, wow.
It is a large. It's the very last one.
You going to autograph it?
If they want it signed, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Sure, I'll sign it if they want it. But it's also $35.
First come, first serve.
First one that sends $35. I mean, we'll do Venmo. But if you guys are interested in some merch from us, we've got all that. Okay, let's do a little bit of Unadilla. We've got 5 minutes. What was the coolest or most impressive thing, or what stood out the most from that race? I'll give you a couple options.
Oh.
Hunter Lawrence's
You can't have
crash.
your own opinion.
Oh, sure. If you
No,
have,
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm thinking, and if you have something else,
Yep.
you could do that. Hunter Lawrence's crash and how it affected the championship. Levi Tomac.
Yeah.
Levi.
That first ride was a Levi Tomac ride. I'm telling you.
Levi Kitchens, both his rides, pretty great. I think he had passed 7 dudes Moto 1 and
Yep.
31 Moto 2.
Yep.
Prado's ride and how that's going to continue, if it's going to continue. Jet Lawrence and Hayden Deegan's little, whatever you want to call it, or even like Casey Cochran's crash. Those things all stood out to me. What says you, TJ?
I'm going to say kind of what you're talking about, but a little different angle of it. Prado's ride, obviously, Prado did really good. I hope it's not track-oriented only like Jason Thomas and those guys were saying.
Right.
But the thing that stood out to me is just how gapped Deegan got. Don't get me wrong, everybody knows I've not been a fan of some of his antics and things that he did, especially in the 250 class. But I've always said his riding is some of the most impressive on a bike, the way he rode the 250. But the way he got dropped, I don't know. There had to be the bike. Yeah, I've seen people talk about the bike, but when you're at those levels, you can ride past a lot of that stuff. I think a lot of that is self-inflicted because he's trying so hard to keep up, and I think he will get there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but man, I was just
He'll get there. He'll race him when it's time.
Yeah.
how did he get gapped so
Yeah, he
bad?
did
Good question. I wish we could get him back on the show.
He was
but
catching him at one point.
We've been
too.
struggling to
That's
get him on the show. So, do you still have Prado as your title favorite?
Yeah, absolutely. You know it.
Okay, Scotty, your thoughts on the same question?
So what stood out to me was that now Prado has affected both championships. He's caused Hunter to crash twice.
Okay.
And the pressure from Jorge to Hunter has caused 2 championships to go out of the way for Hunter, out of Hunter's grasp. No, not really, but it's kind of crazy that both of these times where seemingly the championship has gone out from his favor, from Hunter's favor, has been because of Prado.
Do you think the crash this weekend was because of Prado?
Well,
at Salt Lake City, you could kind of say he said no. Hunter said no, but
I know, but
I didn't see it this week.
He didn't want to get
Or last
third.
week.
He didn't want to get third and lose points. He wanted to go even Stevens with Jet because he knew he wasn't going to beat Jet that moto.
Yeah.
So he was probably pushing a little more than he wanted to. He probably wanted to sit behind Jet 3 or 4 seconds behind Jet, maybe capitalize on a mistake. Deegan wasn't going to catch him. I would think that had something to do with it. And then the other thing that stood out to me is our guy AP, man.
This is the worst
He's just like
year for his luck. Just none. He doesn't have
but
any.
it's always like that. He'll have a couple of flashes of like good things, but then something always happens to him.
Yeah. But this
It's
year's
like
been
it's
especially
been
bad.
really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I felt bad for him. It's almost like I just expect it now,
I know, like
which sucks.
it's like you think about it, like when he I think it was at one of the Anaheims where he flew off that double. It seems like so ancient ago, and it was not earlier this year, but so much other crap has happened to him that seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
So poor AP.
For me, it's that Levi Tomac guy.
Yeah.
And also how
Okay.
etched out and crazy the track got in the second moto.
Yeah.
It looked really good in the first moto, and it looked horrifying in the second.
Yeah, I wanted none of it. Levi Kitchen, though, his rides were extremely impressive. So here's the thing, and we'll talk. We may talk about this a little bit with Zach. These last couple titles, or the last 2 rounds, the 450 title and the 250 title, are going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
There is very little points between them. It's just gonna. I think it's gonna be a barn burner. It should be, unless something weird happens. And with Zach Walk, obviously, I'll also talk about GNCC and all those titles. I think there's 2 rounds left in that championship, and the women's, the XC1 and XC2 are all like within 12 points. The top 3 of each class are in 12 points. So those championships are coming down to the very wire too. Unlike MXGP, where it kind of looks like Hurley is just going to close that thing out pretty easily.
Well, and also, I mean, it didn't just start this year. I think we ended the 250 SMX last year.
Yeah.
Like down to the last race between Hayden and what's it called, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where it's like the racing over the last few years has actually been pretty good. So even whenever I feel like even when Jet was going, 24-0, or I guess it'd be 22-0. There was something to root for, something like, can he do it kind of a situation. I don't think that was, I don't think those kind of years are as boring as a lot of people do. But, yeah, it's been good racing for the last few years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Our first guest of the night is on the line. He's going to be brought to you tonight by Racetech. And for over 40 years, Racetech has been supplying the motorcycle industry with high-quality suspension components made right here in the USA. From modern to vintage, Racetech is your go-to source for suspension performance. They are my suspension and engine provider of choice. They are a very big part of this show. They're also a very big part of a lot of GNCC riders, which our first guest is going to know all about. But tonight, Racetech brings us, he is one of the announcers for Loretta Lynn's, GNCC. He was Arena Cross last year. My buddy, Zac Herrin. What's up, Zac?
How are we, guys? How we doing tonight?
We're doing good, dude. Doing good. Hang on 1 second. We can't change it at this point, Scotty.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, we
Just letting you know
yeah,
it
we
was
gotta
quiet.
go. Sorry, yep. Sorry about that, Zac. No, all good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Well, so far we're great. Yeah, we got a fun show in front of us. You're leading off Jesson Turner and Jerry Robin, man. We're gonna talk to Jerry. We hadn't talked to him about his injury really on the air since it happened. So hell of a show.
Yeah, no, that's definitely no pressure here on my part. After
Yeah.
performance, Jesson had one heck of a week out at the ranch, and then you say Jerry Robbins' name, I immediately go back to the what was it, 87 bike that he was qualifying for Loretta's on back in the day. So absolute legends. So just excited to make the lineup.
Yeah, we're glad you did. I'm glad you reached out recently and kind of said, hey, if we ever needed you, because I did like a one-on-one thing with you, but I don't think you've ever actually been on the live show. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, and there's a few things I want to get to. Let's start with Loretta's. That's a week long of announcing with a couple of the greatest voices in our sport. First of all, how'd you get that gig to begin with?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure that out because there's a whole lot of backstory and mix match. I'm really not quite sure. So it was funny. 2022, I actually went out there and played music, and that was the only thing that I was doing out there. And then somehow, some way, I got brought onto the GNCC squad in January of 2023. And then once I was kind of a part of the MX Sports crew and everything like that, we got in the summertime, and I immediately started thinking, well, hey, am I able to just kind of slot into Loretta's? And so sure enough, they said, yeah, you're more than welcome to come down and spend the week out there if you'd like. And I believe I told you even in my one-on-one, that's probably one of my favorite weeks of the year. I look forward to it each and every year. And so, yeah, not only for the riders, but just like you said, to be able to share the booth and share the microphones with the voices that I've grown up listening to, that I, just hoped would one day even say my name out on track. It's pretty cool and certainly something that I don't take for granted.
Yeah, well, I got to know you a little bit at the Blue Crew Invitational, and I talked to you before. I talked to you at some GNCCs and stuff. But man, you do a killer job, and I imagine for me, TJ here has announced some local races and stuff, but doing it like for 5 days, all day long, you've got to just. Do you train for that? Like, are you like, warming up, kind of keeping your voice? You're a singer too, so you know how to do it.
It's this year was actually even more hectic because I came out to Loretta's. I helped kind of set the speakers up, and then actually on Saturday before the racing started, I flew out to Southwick. I'm also doing the J-Day Off-Road Series this year, and so flew Saturday, did J-Day on Sunday, flew back halfway on Sunday night. Our flight ended up, we missed our connection, so we drove through the night. Made it about 5 a.m. on Monday morning. And so practice day was a long one for me, but not so much rehearsing on the way leading up to it, but I have no problem saying the 8-hour drive back home is absolute silence. There's no music.
Right.
Text the family, let them know I'm alive. But besides that, I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to hear anyone else. It's certainly certainly a long week, but it's like I tell people all the time, when you deal with Loretta's, you are literally watching the best of the best, from the 50 shaft class to the plus 50 class. And so it does make our job a little bit easier, where it's like every single race, you almost feel like you're saying the same thing sometimes, because you're like, oh, this is a battle of the ages, or two of the biggest names in this class are going to work, because it's the pinnacle of amateur racing and vet racing. And so it certainly makes things a little bit easier for me when the riders put on a show for us.
Like that plus 50 Mako versus the number 75 Yamaha. That battle was...
I tell you what, there's a lot of storylines throughout the week, Dark Side, okay? And they're not always at the front of the pack, all right? So don't take it for granted. We had our very own spotter in the tower. We were keeping tabs on it. We thought things might get physical at some point, because I heard you there midweek or so. You said it's happening. I'm taking him down, and so it's no. There's lots of storylines, and sometimes the biggest battles we don't always see at the front of the pack. So, but no, just like I told you, man,
yeah.
I'm stoked that you got to go out and experience it, and it really is such a unique event compared to any other even amateur nationals that I've been able to go out to. It's a whole different environment out there. So I'm glad you got to check it out and got to experience it for sure.
Absolutely.
So I've got to meet you a couple of times at the Arena Cross when you were doing like the floor announcing and stuff like that. What do you like better? Do you like that kind of floor announcing, or doing podium interviews, or sitting up in the booth and do it? Because that's the only thing I've ever done is like in the booth announcing.
It's kind of a, this is fun for this reason, that's fun for that. So I'm pretty goofy. I get to do funky voices and get to break dance, and I'm making one side of the arena scream for a t-shirt, and then I'm throwing it to the other side and people are flipping me off. Like, there's a certain kind of energy that I'm able to kind of unleash, I guess, when I'm on the floor of something like an Arena Cross, and especially for that kind of being my introduction to indoor and closed racing, where when the crowd gets loud, you can feel it. You can hear it. It's electric. And so there's definitely something about that was really, really cool. And I mean, I'll be the first to say when opening ceremonies kicked off and I got that first, good evening, wherever we're at, every single round, I was covered head to toe in goosebumps, but at the same time, it's, I'm sitting on the side of the track. Arena Cross, you're looking at, 20-second lap times versus something like GNCC where you're looking at 45-minute lap times. And so it really is kind of unique, because I like the analysis that we're able to do when we are in something like the booth, where we can incorporate, heart rate data, or we can go down and check in at certain spots of the track or the course. And so I hate to kind of take a cop out, but there's almost a little bit of both sides that I really get to enjoy. And I mean, I think the hardest part for me, like even at Loretta's, people see us up in that tower and we're surrounded by windows on all sides, but the hardest part is just focusing on the screen, because you want to say what the people at home are watching. And sometimes there's a dark side Mako battle going on that maybe he's not on screen, and I want to watch that. And so every now and again, we get the tap on the shoulder like, hey, make sure you're focusing on what the people are watching. But no, it's definitely very different dynamics, and one is a lot more analytical and kind of getting to break things down, and especially in what I would consider my role. I grew up racing, and I'm not the slowest out there by any means, but I certainly don't like to pretend that I'm an expert in the field. And so when you can bounce these questions off, people like we had Trey Kennard come up, or Ryan Dungey, or Jeremy Martin, if nothing else, I'm a fan when it comes down to it. And so I'm going to take advantage of getting to talk to these guys and getting to pick their brains. So it's certainly fun, but I will say, as far as being strenuous on the vocal cords, the only time I have ever fully run out of a voice, we had a doubleheader Arena Cross weekend 2 years ago, and it was so bad. I had a 50 mom come up. She had gone to Starbucks and bought me some kind of special tea and bought me a whole bag of Hall's lozenges. She was like, sweetheart, you need this. You sound like you're smoking 4 packs a day. Like it was bad. So I kind of had to learn to reel that one back in just a little bit, but it's certainly a good time.
Yeah. So for me, the thing they always get me is I would consistently, not always on purpose, mispronounce people's last names, and like the moms would come up and get me.
Go figure.
There's one kid, I'll never forget it. His last name was Ligazara, And I forever couldn't say it right. And she would get so mad to the point I'd be like, and lasagna is coming in second. Like I would do it on purpose. You know what I mean? Just because she would actually make me mad because she was like losing her cool on me because I couldn't say her name properly. You ever run into crazy parents like that?
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you what, and it never fails. They're always fast. If the last name is more than 4 syllables, you can bet they're going to be quick.
I never thought about that.
It never fails. But, and especially, like you talked about Loretta Lynn's, you're looking at 42 riders. I think it's 30 plus different classes. There's going to be some mishaps and you get hyped up, you get excited. Even when I know how to say a last name right, there's definitely some times where I've thrown some things away. I know, Kyle Paleologos is a big one we talk about a lot at Loretta Lynn's. Massiangelo out at Arena Cross. I had to get some insight on that one, but and the funny part is I think especially getting to announce, I've done some stuff on the West Coast and then I'm obviously East Coast based. You can have the exact same last name and it's said completely different.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no way to tell. It's definitely hard sometimes, but I think at the end of the day, I've never had anybody come up super mad, but there have been some where they're like, hey, if you just want to just first name me, like that's fine. I've had a friend actually DM me on Instagram and say, why don't you just call me by my nickname? And so it's one of those things. Even on a GNCC start, I've got the 10-second flag or the start flag goes down, and I've got until they get around the first corner to get through however many names are in the class. And sometimes there's 60 people in a class, and so I suddenly sound like an auctioneer. And you get what you get. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, so Zach, across those 3 disciplines, obviously you're going from the smallest confined thing that we do in the sport to the amateurs, and then all the way to the Open and GNCC. What kind of transfers over between your announcing? Like what carries the same, and then obviously what completely changes because you're doing 3 completely different disciplines?
Yeah, it's actually been really interesting. I grew up pretty much solely doing motocross. I did a little bit of woods racing on 85s, and I don't know if racing is really justifiable to say what I was doing out there, but didn't have a ton of off-road background. And so that's been probably the biggest learning experience in my announcing career. That, and I do a Bagger Racing League series as well, or it's street bike racing. But at the end of the day, racing is racing. There are a lot of similarities, and for example, a GNCC PM race, you're looking at 3 hours, but when it comes down to those final 20 minutes or so, and somehow these guys are still less than a bike length apart and somebody's charging from the back of the pack, that feels very familiar. But I think one of the biggest things is just the pacing and the opportunity to introduce other aspects of information to the viewers as well. Arena Cross, even especially being on the floor, I'm not looking at any kind of screens. I'm usually standing up on the podium just trying to see as much of the track as I can. And that is very, again, kind of auctioneer-like. I don't really stop talking at all. And, you blink and all of a sudden half a lap is gone and 2 takeouts have happened. And, things happen really, really quick. So you've got to try to stay on top of it. Whereas GNCC, it's really cool to be able to break down some of the way the track's breaking down. Johnny Gallagher is we call him Eagle Eye, and he's just so rich in information, not just as a racer, but as the way these tracks develop, the way the track promoters try to encourage better racing and the things that get introduced. And so I enjoy getting to put some of those other tidbits of information in as well. I know, like Zach Osborne works with Liam Draper, who's one of the top XC1 riders, and he's actually sent us some heart rate data. And that's something I love, the fitness side of things. And so that's something that I really would like to see more of moving forward, is to be able to show, these guys are, yes, they're going very hard right now. They're doing everything they can, but they're not quite redlining. And then, when you get to sit there and look at 3 hours of heart rate data, and the average heart rate is over 185 beats per minute, you just got to kind of sit there and be like, holy crap, these guys are psychotic. Like, it's just insane. It's so mind blowing. And so, I think the biggest thing for me is the pace of announcing, not rushing to get everything out in one breath, and being able to, quite honestly, kind of stretch things out. I know, especially in the mornings of GNCC, where we're showing the broadcast now, but my announcing is stationary from the finish line. So I don't really have any camera angles to go off of. And there's a lot of, hey, don't forget to go over to Moto Tees or Rocky Mountain ATVMC's got this special going on. And that is, it's maybe not quite as exciting to people listening as the bar-to-bar battle, but it is a part of the industry as well, and it's a part of my job. And so to be able to incorporate that and, this rider just ripped their jersey. Yeah, better go over to Moose Racing and see if they can get a brand new, set of gear or whatever. So just trying to find a way to incorporate the industry and the companies as well. My father works for Parts Unlimited, and so I've kind of been able to see how that side of the motorcycle industry, it put food on my table. It got me motorcycles. And so it's a crucial part of it, and certainly a part of the job that I take seriously as well.
Absolutely. You mentioned Johnny Gallagher for you guys in studio. It's my former teammate in the quad team race.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We raced
Johnny
multi-time.
And that was another one where I wish we could have maybe introduced some in-helmet cams. May have had the finger on the beat button, but it was between you, RV, and Bradshaw. That was one where they initially told me, and I kind of laughed because I thought there was no way until I saw them trying to do the handoff, and I'm like, well, how about that?
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to get out there, especially at Ironman.
I will tell you, that quad had never seen those speeds before.
It hadn't gone that slow before?
Never.
It's never gone that slow.
Not even like rolling out of the trailer. What did you have something else, Scotty?
Yeah, he kind of mentioned it, and I wanted to ask him this because every time I get a GNCC guy on, this is kind of where I always go. And obviously, the riders have a little bit different perspective than you do, Zach. So, as far as the broadcast covers, and AMA has the rules. We can't do the helmet cams. Obviously, it's getting a lot better. You guys have the drone footage now, which I've seen helps in the GNCC broadcast. You have your couple of cameras that you can. Obviously, you can't catch everything. I've always thought that in-helmet cam, especially if you can get one live, would be the fix-it-all for GNCC and getting more views. Obviously, AMA has the rules. What do you know about any discussions that have happened on trying to progress that? Is that something that y'all have pushed for? Would it work? What's your take on it?
My take as far as what it could bring to the broadcast, I think it would be incredible. I don't totally understand the technological side of it. When they try to tell me about it, I suddenly feel like they're speaking a different language, and I get really uncomfortable. But supposedly there is a way to do it. It's just finding a way to incorporate it. It's actually been really cool as I've come on board with GNCC, and we've had several top riders come into the studio. They've actually talked about how just introducing the drone is such a tool for them to go back and watch. They have Dartfish and all kinds of technology that they use on motocross and supercross where they can see the whole course, but very rarely before we introduced that at GNCC were the riders truly able to have such a unique perspective to see way riders were setting sections up or what lines were being taken rather than the one they took. And so I know the drone seems to be kind of either a love-hate thing. You got to give a shout out to Gabe, our drone pilot. He does a great job, and I certainly think it helps a ton. I know I've gone back and watched some of the previous broadcasts years and years before I ever came on board, and I'm certainly glad that it's there now while I'm here because it helps us keep the conversation rolling. And but I do agree. I think any way to incorporate down on the ground live cameras, if you can have, I know Insta360, I really like the perspective that we're able to get from those chest cams. I wasn't always a big fan of the GoPro chest mounts, but I feel like, I don't know if it's necessarily just because of the way the Insta360 lens is or what, but I think that's really cool. And it actually still covers a good part of the track where you don't feel like you're just looking at the gas cap and the bar pad the whole time. But again, I don't know if I could snap my fingers and say, hey, make it live so we could just, okay, now we're going to go down to Caleb Russell. That'd be great,
that would be awesome.
Yeah. Much easier said than done, though. So I have heard that there's conversations happening. There's obviously been some changes as far as the broadcast recently with Loretta's and GNCC. And my hope is that will lead to further innovation and further ways for us to incorporate different technology, whether it be something like live heart rate data, speeds, inclines and declines, as well as the camera viewpoints as well. And I think one of the things that's really hard for people to truly grasp, especially people that haven't been able to go out to some of these locations in person, when I say we are in the middle of nowhere, we actually go to the middle of nowhere and take a left, and then it's 4 trees down on the right. It is insane. I give so much credit to the entire Racer TV crew. Those guys are out there doing, you wouldn't believe what to try to get these camera angles in the best spots as possible. And so it's definitely sometimes a little frustrating. I love the sport, whether it's motocross, supercross, or off-road racing, but sometimes I just wish the general fan base understood a bit more how hard we are trying and how hard they are wanting to improve. And a lot of the things that people are screaming from the rooftops saying, we need this, and they just don't understand. They do understand. And there's there's work in motion, but it can't just happen overnight. So hopefully we'll have some things like that coming in the future. But as far as anything definite that I've heard of, not yet, but fingers and toes are crossed.
Well, I officially hate it because you said it was like the what do you call it? The overlap where these riders are learning the fastest lines like they do in Supercross. The dartfish. Like, I hate all of that, so I hate these drones immediately. Just saying.
Yeah, well, thankfully, at least it's not everybody with their own personal drone.
Right.
It's like a cloud of them following people around. But no, it's definitely something that I think has been cool to see. Even the youth riders that we've talked to, the way they're able to kind of understand and break down the tracks a bit more. And believe it or not, there's a lot of them that watch quite closely on Saturday, the ATV racing, to pick up on some lines and stuff like that. So any viewpoint that we can add, I think, is a good viewpoint, even if it's, showing the line at the concession stand. If it's just something else to show what's going on there on site, I think it's great. But I definitely agree. There's nothing quite like, I go back and watch the Ryan Villapoto and James Stewart's and Trey Kennard helmet cams, and there's just something about it. Hearing the roost flying off of them, you're really getting to feel that speed rather than the kind of more polished, glossy look of a true camera trackside or something like that. It just doesn't quite do it justice. And I think on the off-road side of things especially, I think people would be blown away to understand the speeds that they're running through some of these very, very tight sections, half an inch away from a tree that's not going to move.
Yeah.
Or like, I forget the rider's name now. We had him on this show, but he smacked into that chick that was trying to go. He was trying to go off a different line, and he hit that girl. We had him on a couple weeks ago. Like, stuff like that. Like, that's gold.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's definitely been more than a few videos that have circulated around. They do make the announcement quite clear multiple times throughout the weekend, that it is a inherently dangerous sport and that there's no fence barrier, and it is the fans' responsibility to take care of themselves, their children, their pets, whatever it is. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. But I think people would be amazed to see just how many different obstacles that riders deal with over the course of a 3-hour race.
It was Jordan Ashburn.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, Zac Herrin, brought to you by Racetech. Visit racetech.com. Find your local service center. They will help you get dialed. Let's talk a little GNCC. Actually, before we do that, we were talking about names that are hard to pronounce sometimes. Are you familiar, since you're into music, with Carmine Appice, the drummer?
I don't believe I am.
Okay, so Carmine, he's an older guy, legendary drummer, played in bands like Vanilla Fudge. His brother, so his name is Carmine Appice. That's how he pronounces his name. His brother, Vinny, who played in Black Sabbath, pronounces it Appice. Same brother, they're almost twins. They're like not that far, but they pronounce their names completely different.
Love it.
Wow.
See, that's what I mean. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Tied here, guys.
But anyway, before we let you go, I really want to talk about I think there's 2 rounds left in the GNCC series. Every class, is there 3?
There's 3 rounds, right?
3 rounds. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 rounds. Okay, well, with 3 rounds left, all 3 major pro classes, the WXC, the XC1, XC2, are within, I think the biggest gap between first and third is 13 points. I mean, these next 3 races, much like the professional pro motocross nationals, they're going to come down to the wire, Zach. Maybe pick 1 or 2 storylines that you think are going to be very prevalent in these next 3 races.
Yeah, it's what better situation can you ask for as an announcer? I'll be the first to say, I am certainly excited. And there was a time during the season where you kind of sat there and went, ugh, this might be a runaway just a little bit. But I mean, you talk about the XC1 Open Pro class. I've got the points up just in front of me. And Jordan Ashburn, I'm sure you guys have talked to him, very quiet, calm, super polite, just a smiley faced assassin. He puts the helmet on and all of a sudden it's just a completely different person. He's got that Dale Earnhardt number 3 and he's putting it to work. And Ashburn is just, he's been so consistent. You know, I feel like the overwhelming topic of motorcycle racing in 2026 is it's not how good your good days are, but how good your bad days are, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, Jordan's worst finish of the year so far is a 10th. And then you've got Stu Baylor, Motley Stu, as I like to call him, and the guy he's just wishing you count him out, because as soon as everyone thinks he doesn't have a chance, I feel like that's when he does some of his best work. And sure enough, we were not writing him off entirely, but we were writing his name in a smaller font, that's for sure. And all of a sudden, he just went off and ripped 2 wins out of the last 3 rounds and got on the podium the last 3. So only 1 point ahead of Liam Draper, who had the points lead multiple times throughout the year, but is still yet to have his first ever XC1 win. It's so crazy. You talk about those storylines. It's so unique, the different paths that it takes. And I have no idea. You know, I think Jordan is very consistent. I think you're going to see Jordan keep the big picture in mind. I know he says he likes to take it race by race, but I personally just can't help but think these guys think about the situation that they're in. And Jordan is definitely somebody that I think has the thought process of, hey, a second in this battle can still win me the war.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes I think Stu is like, you know, checkers or wreckers if you ain't first or last. And especially in the situation that he's in right now, it's kind of taken the hesitation out of the equation. He's got to go, and he's got to make it happen. And so I think for Stu, it's all or nothing. And then Liam didn't have the best round at Snowshoe, and so he's going to kind of be looking to turn things around. He's only 1 point behind Stu, and so that's going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle, no doubt about it. And I mean, the XC2 class, I personally think you're seeing Gus Reardon at his best. I think you're starting to see him get really comfortable on that machine, and I'm not surprised to see it at all. You know, he's got 3 wins in the last 3 rounds headed into the break, and so it's certainly going to be exciting. And then you talk about the WXC class. You know, Danielle McDonald, one of the youngest, if not the youngest, in the WXC class, and it's impressive to see how these riders adapt, especially coming from, you know, we have Brandy Richards, who came over from the West Coast, and you've got Danielle, obviously, who's an international racer. And it took her a little bit, you know, the Ampro crew even said it took her a little bit to kind of get dialed in. And the conditions, again, I cannot stress it enough. Every single time when the bottom falls out and it gets muddy, it's not just muddy, it's mind-boggling, just insane. And she has adapted so well, where now you can tell she's got that mental strength, that confidence of no matter what happens, she knows she's ready for war. So I definitely think with Danielle, it's just trying to keep that momentum. She got 3rd there at Snowshoe. Corey Steed's been really, really solid as well. She's only 1 point behind Richards, but I hate to say it's a toss-up, but man, I think a big part of it, and you're starting to see it, especially I felt like those last 2 rounds before the break, the intensity right off the rip. The riders, they want to get out front. They want to try to get that gap up, because they know it's not just one other rider that's trying to chase them down. You know, if McDonald can get out front, Brandy Richards and Corey Steed, they can be going to battle the whole time, you know. And then you take somebody like Taylor Jones, who obviously knows how to get the job done. She was coming back from injury. She's liable to get up in the mix and kind of play that dark horse as well. Same thing in the XC1 class. You know, Ben Kelly, I'm sure, has been putting in the work in the off season for the summer break. Caleb Russell, you'd be a fool to count him out. And so we talk about those favorites, but then you've still got these spoilers that at any moment can jump in and kind of steal a win away, and then suddenly turn the whole thing on its head. So yeah, it's certainly exciting, and certainly something that makes the fans want to tune in and gets me pumped up for the end of the season, because I agree. I kind of honestly think every one of those championships is going to come down to the final round.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. I'm gonna ask you to pick your winner for XC1, the title, in a minute. But it's cool to see Danielle. I don't know Danielle, but her being on that Ampro team where Rachel Archer won 3-4 titles in a row. She retired, left, and then Corey Steed kind of took over the title run, I think. And then now Randy Hawkins and his team Ampro back on top with the WXC. That's pretty cool to see. But I would like, all right, XC1. I would like to see Liam get it done, because he has not won an XC1 title, right? He did win XC2 and he moved up, correct? Okay.
Yeah, and he has not even won an XC1 race.
Yeah, you said that. Okay, so I would like to see Liam do it. I am, Blue Crew and all that. But I think Jordan wins this thing. What do you say? XC1, who's your title? Not your title. Like, I don't want to say your favorite, so you don't get anybody get mad at you, but just who do you think comes out on top?
Man, you're doing me dirty here.
I mean, come on. Nobody listens.
I'm joking. Here's the way, and you got to break it down honestly.
Okay.
I think if you want to look at the riding styles and the way these riders kind of take these kinds of situations, I think Jordan Ashburn is probably the safest bet.
Yeah.
He's been in this situation before. I wasn't working at GNCC the year that he won his title, but everyone has talked about how similar this is in the sense of a lot of the favorites are taking themselves out of the equation. It's not necessarily these crazy flashy wins all the time. He's got 2 wins on the season, but he's so good at managing and like I said, keeping, whether he's thinking about the big picture or not, he's just so good at managing these races and sacrificing a couple of points here or there, and ultimately doesn't cost himself with any of the big ones, no DNFs, anything like that. But I will say, Stu Baylor, he's one of my favorites. He's always, you're going to get quite the interview out of him, whether he's happy or pissed off. And, Stu, I believe is a part of how I got involved with GNCC. He actually had me come out and announce a race at the Shoals, play some music out there as well. And so I think just for what Stu has been for the industry, I think he is one of those almost Aaron Plessinger-like figures where you can't help but like the guy. Yes, sir. Sometimes he says some things that maybe people don't love to hear or don't agree with, but man, he's high-fiving. I've never seen him turn a fan away. He's taking pictures. He really, truly embraces the racing community, and I just think it would be cool to see him be able to get the championship once. I think he is the winningest racer in the XC1 class that doesn't have a title. And so, like I said, if there was ever a time for Stu Baylor to get the championship done, it's the year where you had him written off halfway through.
Yeah,
he
true.
had multiple finishes outside the top 10. So, if I was putting money on it, I think I'd be betting on Ashburn, but man, if I wanted to just see a wild one, I'd love to see my boy Stu take it home. Don't get me wrong, I love Liam. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And I agree. And I think also, you look at the clock that these guys have in the industry. Liam's got years ahead of him. He's improved so much. Even talking to him off bike and off the bike, he's even said, man, I'm still figuring things out and getting comfortable. And so I think his time is coming, and I do think eventually he will be racking wins off and find himself again in the title fight. But yeah, it's I think if I was betting, it'd be on Ashburn. But I think if I had my wishes,
Stu.
I'd like to see Stu get it done, man.
Okay, all right. Well, Zach, this has been a lot of fun, man. I'm glad you jumped on here with us. For you guys, if you go to a GNCC or you've already met him, but you get a chance, he's a cool dude. Plays music. He was like the entertainment at the Blue Crew Invitational last year.
Oh, nice.
So we just kind of sit around a campfire and we just like yell out Alice in Chains song. He'd play it.
Oh,
Pick a
nice.
song. He rips it out, and he's got a hell of a voice. Really cool. Just a cool dude. Zach's a really good dude to hang out with.
So I'm going to request the Wurzels.
Is that a song?
It's
I
band.
actually had
It's a
something
band.
good before he.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So I was gonna ask if he's the next Weege until you said he's musically talented. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, better than Weege already.
already.
I like to, if I compare myself to anyone, I'm kind of like a mediocre Daniel Blair.
Okay.
Like I'm slower than him on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
I can play music, but probably not as well. And I announce, and I love the way Daniel breaks down a race. And
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I've been taking some notes from Weege as well. So he's certainly, I think, one of the best in the game. So, but no, thank you guys so much for having me on. Like I said, it's been a ton of fun. If you guys are looking for something to watch this weekend besides the Nationals, we've got racing back on Racer TV. It's free to watch on YouTube. We've got the New York State Championship this weekend, and then the J-Day Off-Road Series. I don't know if you guys have been following that, but they've got a double header finale next weekend out at Unadilla, and the points are pretty much just as close in that one as they are in any of the other series that we've talked about. So that'll be a ton of fun as well.
Good stuff, Zach. So thank you for doing this, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on. Y'all have a great rest of the show. I'll be tuning in.
All right. Sounds good, bud. See ya.
See you then.
That's Zac Herrin. Yeah, I had met him and talked to him before at a GNCC. I think the first time I actually talked to him face-to-face was when I went to Big Buck for the Yamaha 450 intro. And then we hung out at the Blue Crew Invitational a bit. And, man, yeah, he's just just a lot of really nice guy. Just as I say,
Well, like I said,
plays music.
I've met him quite a few times.
Yeah.
He's always stopped and talked. He has no clue who I am. You know what I mean? I was
Very
just
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, just super friendly guy.
I was just blown away how good. Like I love music. I would just
Yeah.
sit around and he would play so many songs. I can't even think off the top of my head which songs he played, but like I was sitting in the back, I'd yell out a song and be like, all right, and he'd just start playing it.
I have a buddy like that.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah. Now when I did yell out "Lamb of God," he's like, "Yeah, I don't think I have the right." I don't remember what he said. Like I don't have. I need.
Hard to do that on an acoustic. Yeah.
Yes, I don't remember what he said, but he just was joking. He was like, "Yeah, maybe that was it. I need an electric guitar or whatever." But yeah, a lot of fun. So let's do expert emails.
Alrighty, with X brand goggles, you can see clear and ride fearless. With EKS brand goggles, vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability. EKS goggles keeps your focus sharp through roost, rain, and ruts. Trusted by champions, built for every rider. Have crystal clear optics, all-day comfort with zero distractions. Ride with EKS because every second counts. Gear up at EKSbrand.com, xbrand.com.
There you go. All right, let's start this off. First one I have, a couple of these were from last week that I didn't get to, and I could not find the original message. This is actually an Instagram message from Brian Allen Birch. Part of it's cut off, but he was talking about some bikes and stuff, and I'm just kind of jump into the middle of this thing. He asks a couple kids. He says, I'm trying to find. One is 18 in boot camp, graduating next week, and obsessed with motocross. A 2.5-year-old obsessed with motocross that I just bought a PW for, and a newborn, all girls. I'm so effing stoked that you made it to the ranch, and you give me hope that after years I may be able to do it one day. I may be able to do it. So I'm so proud of you for doing it. I've wanted to go my entire life, but I'm so far off the mark. I gave it up, but the last year I've been eating better, cycling, all for my own health and better health, and wanting to be here for my girls. But you have really inspired me. I decided a few months ago to try and start a small jersey collection. Oh, okay. I think I actually sent him a jersey.
That's cool.
So Brian, though, yeah, I want to see you at the ranch, man. You got a year. Let's get this thing together. Stay in touch with me, DM me, or use that email, motoxpodshow@gmail.com, and let's get you to the ranch next year. Also, for the contest, the pulp.
Yeah.
We already got one guy that's already done it.
Awesome.
So thank you. You just use the email motoxpodshow@gmail.com to send me your proof.
So
Yep, go ahead.
I told you, like, I'm going to try as soon as they let electric bikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're really not going to try. This is from Derek Yarbrough, I believe. I cut his name off. Also, question for Knight. Again, this is for last week, but I want to get your thoughts. I love that the X Pros race the fully open classes, so Open Pro Sport, right? Mm-hmm. No problem there. But regarding sportsman classes, like it should be for people who have never made a main or fast 40. Not scoring a point is a weird metric. You can get 22nd at a national and still be considered sportsman.
Yep. And
And if you look at top 5 in the plus 30, they all have made fast 40 at nationals. What are your thoughts, TJ? Do you care?
No, not in the sportsman stuff. That's what it's for.
That
there
wasn't
for.
Derek Yarbrough, by the way. I got the name wrong. Sorry.
That's what it's there for. It's like it's for these guys to continue to race and be able, because at a local race they're probably going to murder everybody at their local track, and it's going to get boring for them. They need a place to go. That's why they have classes. I think they have classes where you can't have, like, not even just points, right? No, I guess you can. If you've ever had your license, you can still do it. Jesus, now I hate it already. And now I just realize that guys have to race against Doc and stuff like that because he's never made points.
Yeah,
That was Derek Yarbrough.
It's like
My bad.
I'll watch Loretta's and it like gets you high and makes you want to try. And you see guys like A-Ray that struggling to get inside the top 10.
Yeah, but
And
that's a
it's
different
like-
class. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
that's
plus,
open.
still plus 25.
Like
I
my
mean,
class, the 50. I mean, I had Ezra and Kiefer,
Yeah.
but it's.
I wouldn't try to
don't
go for
really
just plus
care.
30. I would
Yeah.
try to go for plus 25 and plus 30.
I think the
It's
problem with that mentality is it's the mentality that you had for a long time, except for this is if I don't have a chance to win, I'm not gonna race. And that's where a lot of people you used to be that way
Well,
until this came
At
up.
a local race, yes, I don't want to go sign up for the A class, TJ.
No, I don't want you to sign up for the A class.
Well, the intermediate class is what you want me to sign up for, but
Yes.
those guys are most of the time faster than A class.
Bro,
so
you
it's the same thing.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like,
it does matter.
What I'm getting
I
at
don't want
is
to have this argument again.
no, we're not. We're not. You're the one that arguing. I'm saying the mentality that guy has is, well, if I don't have a chance to win, I don't want to do it, and that's okay for people to have that. And if that's the mentality you have, then going to Loretta's and winning against those ex pros is probably just don't try for Loretta's because you're gonna be heartbroken.
Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not
You're
gonna.
gonna get beat by a guy on a Mako.
I just wanted to go to Loretta's for the experience.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to do better than I did last year, but I don't. I certainly.
That's not going to be hard.
Cool, man. Didn't see you out there. Derek went on to say you should. He was telling me again how proud he was. I said, yeah, I'm stoked. You should be. I keep trying, but so tough in the plus 25 and 30 classes to make it. Plus 40 should be a bit easier. 4 more years for that. So, yeah, I want to see you there, man.
I'm riding his boat.
Let's see. Derek Yarbrough, this is Zachary Savchuk. If I didn't say your name right, I am sorry. He sent me a question. He said, I guess he sent it to Steve, and he said Steve wouldn't answer it. He's lame. And then I didn't answer. I didn't know he actually wanted me to answer the question. He said, are you going to answer? I was like, oh, okay. So he wants to know from the panel here, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It all depends on the weight of the woodchuck.
Well, my answer was, I think I said only as much as needed.
Yeah, okay, but I say, how much woodchuck does a woodchuck need to chuck?
Yeah. I say the weight of the woodchuck.
The weight of the woodchuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an actual answer?
Is this before or after lunch? Is he full? Is he hungry?
I don't think woodchucks eat the wood, but they do chuck it.
Oh, okay.
I would say at least triple the weight of the woodchuck.
Because apparently from him there is a correct answer, so I'm just gonna wait until he.
Oh, does he have the answer?
He has an answer.
Okay,
Okay,
I don't
what is
know.
it?
I don't know.
You have to give me an answer.
I did say
You said has he eaten lunch? That's not an answer.
Okay, a lot. I don't know.
Wow. He said no. The correct answer is all of it.
All of it. Huh,
He's very adamant.
Okay,
There
cool,
you go, man.
Yeah, you got it.
Tim West, Dark Side. With Hunter's struggles toward the end of the season of both Supercross and Motocross, is he becoming the new Adam Cianciarulo? Not taking anything away from either, just stating on the quote-unquote luck side of things, Hunter seems to be on that path. Tim, I'm going to say no.
No, because AC didn't do as good as what Hunter's doing.
We really haven't had major injuries. It's not even over yet. He still may win the title.
But AC wasn't battling for 450 titles.
Well, I just think he means it in general. But okay, that's your
no.
response is fair. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, no.
I think Hunter is going to win a title. I don't know if he'll win this title, but
I heard somebody comparing him to like Wyndham would be a lot closer. Because Wyndham was in the battle.
I feel bad for him. I mean, it's not over, but
yeah.
I have a question.
I'm sure you do. You don't have an answer. You have a question.
This would be like
It's always
Can't
the way it
answer
goes.
the question the guy asked.
I just want to ask.
He wants to
more.
ask his own. Maybe.
Yes.
Hey, you want me to write down our email? You can send in questions.
Yes. MotoXpod. Is it MotoXpod@gmail.com? I just have a hint of an idea that that's what it was.
all right, go ahead.
I mean, it'd be the first time you go to the website.
What would you say? What would you say would be more likely to happen? Hunter winning the next 4 motos because that's what he has to do.
Not that.
Oh, okay. or we've seen it earlier this year. Sometimes Jet having like one weirdo like fall race where he gets like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I'd say that.
You think that's more likely?
Yeah, I think so. I think winning 4 in a row against Jets, pretty. The odds are stacked against him more on that. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Do you have an answer for Tim? Is he the next Adam Cianciarulo?
Oh no,
you didn't even remember what he asked.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Tim West also said, this is a couple of these from last week. Congrats on your race last weekend. I was wondering, this would be TJ, he'll love this. I was just wondering how Lala would fare against the guys in the 250 class. Looks like she has the form and speed to keep up, but not sure if a 30+2 is out of her reach. Love watching the WMX series and look forward to watching the progression of it.
A lap down halfway through the race, no questions.
Does she qualify? Because you told me before some of her, when you looked at her speed, she wasn't.
She wasn't in qualifying for her.
Yeah, but they're not on the track at the same time.
She could, maybe she'll qualify, but because what's her name?
Jarvis did.
Jarvis qualified.
I think she's going faster than Jarvis.
Didn't Jarvis, every time she got in as an alternate? Or
I don't know.
I don't think she ever legitimately
qualified like 35th like once.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Lala is awesome and is fast.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that if you're going to go watch a WNBA and
tomorrow night,
and if some bench rider of the regular NBA was out there, he would school on them. It's just unfortunate for the people who think that Lala's not.
If you went out to like a local track and you were just hanging like a night practice or something like that, and Lala was out there and like she didn't have long hair and you just thought you didn't know who it was, you're like, holy shit, that kid's fast.
Yeah.
You're like that's a pro. Like that kid is pro.
I honestly think women would have a better chance at soupy just because
Do you?
it doesn't take as much physical strength to do supercross as it does motocross.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
it takes
watching
a lot of strength to finesse.
and
the
watching
bike
Jordan
overs.
ride soupy, she could ride soupy really good.
Really?
Yeah, she really could. She was close a lot.
Tim West closed out by saying you guys rock, except for Scotty and TJ. They both suck. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
He did say you guys rock. I just told Jerry Robin, give me a couple minutes because we just got a couple more of these. Nick Taylor, hey Dark, the volume. This is the volume has steadily been going down on your show for the last couple of weeks, so that's why. Hopefully, we got that fixed, Nick. That was the goal this morning. This guy Danny on Instagram sent a screenshot of you, TJ, from your Tell the Dragon video. Never seen what this dude looked like until now. I'm shook.
What does that mean? I'm that good looking?
No,
You
I
can-
think
you
it
can
was like
see
he
us
wasn't
every-
expecting the beard.
Oh, yeah.
You can see us on the show every week.
Well, I guess he doesn't. Not everybody watches live.
Yeah,
They
true,
just- They
true.
listen. All right,
Well, they're
let's-
going to get to see more of my beautiful face. Oh, wait, not
on-
more
on
of it because I'm
upcoming
not shaving off my beard, but we're going to do more videos.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we're gonna work on getting Jerry on, and then we'll do Grow Your Ass Off, Bring the Heat. All right, the next guest of the night is on the line. He's gonna be brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Grip, control, and confidence. You elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers. They're trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. So visit gutsracing.com and let them know the MotoXpod sent you. Tonight, Guts Racing brings us former pro supercross, motocross rider, and the current amateur athlete support manager for FXR, Jerry Robin. What's up, Jerry?
What's up, man? How you doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Yeah, we're just having some fun. We just got the phone with Zac Herrin. I don't know. Do you know Zach? Announcer for GNCC and Loretta's?
I know the name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I know him personally.
Okay. Good dude. Good dude. But man, how you doing, dude? How's everything going?
Good, man. I mean, all things. I mean, just kind of doing my thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm not in like the pro scene anymore, so kind of like. I mean, I still watch on Saturday and stuff like that, but I actually like don't really like stay that like on top of stuff, to be honest.
Well, let's dive right into that then. Like, so yeah, since your injury, is it difficult to watch, or can you still watch it for entertainment, or like, yeah, how do you feel if you sit down and watch a Supercross or a Pro National?
No, it's not like difficult to watch or anything like that. I mean, there's moments maybe that it's tough and stuff like that, but I'm still like a huge fan of the sport. And like, I mean, you gotta like, I don't know. I've been there and done that, so I like respect the hell out of everybody on the gate and stuff like that, and like what they're doing. So, because it is, it's definitely not easy every Saturday. That's for sure.
Yeah, obviously nobody in the studio, none of us have any way to even comprehend how your life changed and how the emotional side, the physical side, the mental side for you and your wife, Jennifer, and just like, there's just no way. So like, I want to ask some questions. I hope none of them come across as like insensitive or whatever. So
Yeah, no, you're good. You can ask anything.
yeah. So April 19th, man, last year, New Jersey, you know, obviously when something like this happens, nobody knows it's going to happen. You're not thinking about it. Like when you're laying there, like what's going through your mind, man?
To be honest, I mean, it's more just like disbelief, really, because it's like instantly, especially like when something's like not right like that. And I mean, it's every rider's probably biggest fear, I would say. Obviously, it's like the worst injury you can get besides death, you know,
Sure,
and like
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that bad. So it's like just kind of, I mean, thankfully, I wasn't a quadriplegic, so I guess technically it is better than, you know, it could have been, because I did break my neck too in that crash. So I got pretty lucky there. So thankfully, I can still use like my upper body portion. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's just like obviously laying there in that moment. It's kind of more just like, I mean, disbelief more
Yeah.
than anything that it actually happened. Because it's, I don't know. I think Hunter Lawrence talked about it on the Gypsy Tales, like about that day too. He's like, oh, you know, we're all kind of like, oh, it won't happen to me. You know, like I won't crash like that and stuff like that. It's like you kind of, I don't know. Everyone in the game is the same way. You just like block it out.
I guess you kind of
Instantly,
have
and-
to be though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like
you
all of
have
us do it.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to. So I mean, it's just like driving in your car. You see a car accident, and you're like, oh, that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah.
just do your best to, not have it happen to you. And unfortunately, it did happen to me. But it is what it is.
You said a second ago you kind of knew as soon as it happened, or but I was at Thunder Valley for the Loretta's regional 2 years ago when Matt Byton had his injury, and he was definitely like, we went straight to the hospital and saw him, and he's like, man, I think I'm, he was asking the doctor, like, I can get better, right? So I don't feel like he knew. I mean, he knew he was jacked up, but he had hope. Did you, like, how long what was the time frame before you knew, like, okay, like this, I'm probably not going to get better? Was it months? Was it days?
No, I don't know. I mean, you kind of like, you never really know what your body's going to do. And that's
Yeah.
the kind of the thing with doctors too. Like, honestly, dude, they like don't know. Like, you can have two identical spinal cord injuries, but side by side, and like one person might recover and take a couple steps or like assisted steps and stuff like that. And some person just doesn't get anything ever. So it really just depends on, I mean, what your body reacts to it. And I don't know, it's weird.
1
It's just kind of
millimeter makes a
luck-
difference.
Yeah, it's kind of luck of the draw, dude. I mean, it's like I've seen people that just like broke their back and bruised their spinal cord, like not even punctured it, and they never gained anything. And then some person gained everything back. So it's like, and I don't know, I had a burst fracture, so I had bone fragments get puncture my spinal cord and stuff like that. So I mean, it's kind of, I mean, odds of me walking in pretty much, I mean, I'd say 0 unless there's some medical advancement happens.
I was in the room. I didn't know Matt very well, barely knew him, but I was in the room when the doctor came in, and that's what he said. He said, like, there's a chance, right? And he's basically like, no, because his was, I don't know if it was the exact same type of injury, but it was it was just shattered. There was nothing left. And
yeah, when it's like that and
Yeah.
you get bone fragments puncture, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can really like recover from it. To be
No.
honest, like it's pretty gnarly.
for sure.
So this is, since we're into the deep subject stuff with my son racing, and I'm not always there because he's riding pro now. I'm constantly like worried. Like, it's like you're watching him ride and you're like, I just don't want this to be the day, and that kind of stuff. How was it with your parents and all that kind of stuff and the people around you?
It was pretty rough, honestly. I don't know. I mean, dude, for a bit there, it was like, it seemed like it was, I don't know, it was
Yeah.
almost worse for them than me. It was kind of weird. Like, they were, I mean, I've always had a pretty decent attitude about it since it happened. I mean, I've always tried to, I mean, I've definitely had my pretty bad days and stuff like that.
When that's fine. When you have people like looking back on it, there's going to be parents that go through this and riders. Like, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's either starting down that road or because we have friends that this kind of stuff has happened to, and it's almost like you don't know how to handle it when you're on the outside looking in, and you have a friend that this has happened. Like, what does somebody in your shoes look for that would, like, is it normality? What is it?
Yeah, just normality, and like get people around you that treat you just how they did before, and like treat you. I mean, unfortunately, it's like, I mean, I've personally seen a lot of people, like, even just when I was in my rehab clinic, like, dude, they get like down a really dark path, like really fast. And it's like, try to avoid that at all costs, I would say, just because it like really does impact your, not even necessarily like body recovery. It's just like your rehab of getting back to independency and like normalcy as much as you can get. Because, dude, like, if you just like lay in bed all day and like do nothing, I mean, dude, you really deteriorate fast.
Yeah,
like, so fast.
So if it happens to somebody I know, I'm just going to keep being an asshole to them.
Yeah, just like, dude, just like one of my buddy Craig, like he would, and Chris Howell, they would like kind of not like force me out of the house, but just like, oh, dude, like, let's go get dinner, let's go, I don't know, just cruise around, like, go get coffee, I don't know, just stuff like that. Like,
and it makes a difference.
It does, it really does.
Awesome.
Like, just to get out of the house, and hopefully someone has people around them that will kind of force them to, just be normal again, and just don't really treat you like the guy in the wheelchair, so it's, and a lot of people don't, like, it's really, a lot of people are really respectful and everything like that. Like, even I live in California, and dude, people are like so like generous and like helpful with I don't know, just going out in public and like doing stuff. It's actually it's been a good experience for me. Like no one's ever really like made me feel a certain way or anything like that.
Good.
Like, yeah, there's still a lot of good in the world, you know.
Yeah. I do feel like that was a good question, TJ, though, because I'll admit, like when I saw Jerry at Loretta's, or when I see Matt, or I bumped into like back when Wheels worked for Racer X, I don't know how to react. Like, do I reach out and shake their hand, you know, or am I going to hurt them? You know, so yeah, you want to treat them. I mean, it seems like you, Jerry, you want to be treated normally, but like as somebody on the outside, I'm like, oh, well, how do I handle this so I don't hurt him or offend him? Yeah, you don't know. It's kind of unfortunate. It sounds selfish, but it's a little bit weird for everybody.
You don't have to give your seat up for him.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I've seen people like in wheelchairs get offended when someone asks like or treats them like normal. I don't know. I think it just depends on the person's mindset.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
in that situation. Because some people get offended by a lot of stuff, and some people just don't care. You know. And
go ahead.
Sorry, is that?
I was gonna say something. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of, I just like to get treated just like how I normally would if I was walking and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's my main advice, I guess, would just be surround yourself with good people as best you can, and like advocate for yourself, because like 99% of the population doesn't know what you're going through because it's pretty rare injury.
Sure.
So it's just kind of, you got to advocate for yourself and surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, I had a buddy that lost an appendage, and the thing with his is that I've noticed is, and he's got like an arm, like I'm drawing a complete blank. Prosthetic, yes. Like a cool one with like a robot on it and stuff. It can do all kinds of cool stuff. But like he constantly gets asked like about it. Like what's your story? What's your story? What's your story? And he handles it really good. And I've seen him become a better person because of it. Is that kind of thing happened to you? How has that changed on like your perspective on how people approach stuff like that?
Dude, I don't know. It's like, I get asked that stuff a lot, like not really in public, but obviously at Loretta's and stuff, dude. It was like definitely my most asked question. It's like, it was kind of funny, like, oh, you know, like you've inspired me and stuff like that. That stuff, I love hearing stories like that, like seeing my posts or like me getting out of bed, like working out, and like that made someone, you know, not skip their workout for the day or something like that. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, it's not hard telling the story, but sometimes, I don't know, it's all situation based, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Sometimes being around the moto scene and when people get like really deep into it, sometimes it is tough because it's, I do really miss it. Obviously, and it's, I don't know where exactly I'm going with it, but.
Well, it was obviously it's a massive, massive life change. Like you said, it's about as massive of a life change as you can have, minus passing away. There's not a whole lot in between that, other than, like you said, paraplegic. So it seems like the little bit of time I saw you at Loretta's, you've adjusted really well. And I don't want to focus on the negative for this whole interview, but I do, actually, I guess we'll go positive. I'm always curious about how a spouse, a girlfriend, whatever, is going to handle something like that, because it affects them maybe even more drastically at times. So talk about your wife, Jennifer, and like how she stepped up and how it's affected her and the help, because having somebody like her in your corner makes all the difference.
Yes, it does. It like, dude, I mean, she's pretty much from day one, she's like figured out a lot of stuff, like what medications I need, like different protocols, different medications, or different therapists, stuff like that. Like she's been very hands-on and like involved and like willing to pretty much do anything since day one, and it's really helped me. And thankfully she's like very like optimistic personality type. So and I'm kind of, I would say, I don't know, I always say I'm like realistic, but I don't know, it's kind of, I'm probably a little pessimistic or something like that, but she's helped me a lot in that sense of things, like try to find the good in a shitty situation. And that's probably what's helped me the most, is her helping me with that.
Good deal, man. Yeah, that was the first time I met her at Loretta. She seems really cool.
Yeah, no, she's awesome, dude. I wouldn't, she's helped me, and way before the injury too. She's helped me with a lot of things, and it's just we've been through a lot together, especially like moving in together freaking 3 months before COVID hit and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. We've had a lot of chapters and made it through a lot of stuff. So it's she's great.
Good.
Yeah, that's how you know you found the right person, because unfortunately I've heard a lot of horror stories of things like that happen to people, and the wife just leaves them.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could, like, somebody that gets terminal cancer or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
they just leave them.
sometimes it's just it's too much for a person, and that sucks. But yeah. So I'm glad that you got a good one.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I told her to leave like as soon as I got her. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's probably pretty common. Like someone.
Yeah. Matt did the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, you get hurt, and you're like, like you don't deserve this. Like, you still got like a lot of life left to live, and like have kids and stuff like that. Like, we can have kids, but it's obviously a lot harder. Like, you got to do IVF, and there's some other complications now and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So much changes, dude.
Sure.
The list is endless. It's, oh my God, it's insane. And you don't know what it's like unless you like live with someone that has been paralyzed, or until you live it.
Yeah.
And dude, it's like way different than I expected. That's for sure. Like, obviously in racing, you kind of think about it and you see it with people, but you never know how it is really until you like live with them, or actually it happens to you. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't let my wife off easy. I'd make her stick around. She's taking care of me.
Make her?
Yeah, exactly. She's not going anywhere. You're not leaving. Not even getting her an option.
Yeah. Have you had other riders like, say, Matt Byton or Doug Henry, or anybody or just anybody else that's kind of in your situation reach out to you about, that maybe somebody that was a professional athlete that's dealt with it?
Yeah, I mean, all of them have. I've talked to every single one of them. Yeah, like Adolf Silva, the downhill mountain bike guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Just stuff like that. I mean, I've talked to Byton, Doug Henry. I mean, the list goes on. Like,
yeah, good.
And so many people like outside the sport or whatever has talked to me that has been paralyzed before me, and that came across my story from the injury, and were really helpful, especially early on, like just tips and tricks of like getting in and out of the car or in bed, and like making things easier than like what rehab teaches you.
So I have a completely off the wall thing that just popped in my head. Which, if you knew me, you would know that's like normal.
It's actually normal.
That's normal. I have at the house. I have a Segway that I ride around all the time. Have you ever thought about like seeing if you could mount like the chair onto the Segway, and then you could really get around really fast?
Well, I kind of Mike Young, the road recovery guy, he's the chair and stuff like that. He got me like a scooter attachment for my wheelchair right away.
Wow!
And dude, that thing rips. Yeah, dude, it rips. It like. You put this bracket on the frame, and it just bolts right up, and then it's like the actual scooter part just like clips in.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, the thing rips. It goes like 18 miles an hour.
Oh, nice.
So basically, we need to start a league up.
Yeah.
I mean, because the racer never goes away.
I was going to ask him if he's thought about competing in anything, whether adaptive bikes or you see the wheelchair like basketball, or like are you jonesing to compete?
So I'm actually starting to do. Have you guys heard of High Rocks? It's like indoor fitness competition. So it got really big after COVID, but it's global. Like, there's a world championship and everything for it. There's events in different countries every weekend. So I'm doing Salt Lake City and Anaheim as of now, and I just signed a deal with.
You can't stop.
Yeah, and I just signed a deal with First Form actually. So that video should come out, I think tonight or tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So that's exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And like Concept 2, the rowing and the skier, like they got me all set up because they sponsor that series for the equipment. So yeah, I got like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a lot of people involved in my corner and stuff. Like, still, like, I'm gonna compete and everything like that. Honestly, dude, I have like no desire to ride.
Okay.
Like, I know, like, I get DMs every fucking day about the adaptive setup, and like, oh, dude. It's crazy, but I can't do it to the level I was doing it. So maybe I would have fun. Maybe I just need to try it. But
yeah, give it some time, man.
Fun.
Yeah, give it some time.
I have fun going the speed that I'll go in like the cage.
Right.
Like what's fun to me is like going in a turn, like Dragon Bar, and like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really do that.
Well, like you said, you're finding new ways to get that outlet because, like anybody who's is as high level as you were, there's no way that just goes away.
Right.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna go like do something, I want to like kind of go all in with it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's awesome.
So that's kind of the hard part with just going cruising around riding, especially with being at the level I was at.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you competed already with this stuff?
No, so my first event, Salt Lake City, September 19th.
Gotcha.
That's sick.
Be prepared for the heartbreak because these guys are probably going to hand you your ass.
Dude, I don't know. My times, like, World Championship was back in June in Sweden, and I was like comparing, but they just changed the rules, so it's kind of hard to compare it because now all the distances have like doubled for our class. Which
Yeah.
is dude, it's like kind of crazy. Like now it's like 8 distance runs, which I'll just be in a chair, and then
Right.
8 exercises, and you just like alternate. So before it was like 2.5 miles, and now you do 5 in the chair, 5 miles like pushing, and then the exercises, reps, and length have doubled.
Well, you know what you sound like? You sound like the B class kid that's like, man, my lap times are close to those A riders.
Dude, it's like Paulo on a Tuesday.
Exactly.
Stopwatch now.
This guy just got 15th or 10th last week. I should be able to make it.
Yeah.
And then they don't even make it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jerry Robin tonight brought to you by Guts Racing. Visit Guts Racing. Let Andy Gregg know you're listening. So athlete or amateur athlete support manager for FXR, how'd that come about and what does that mean? What are your roles?
So that was actually Andy White's idea. Like, dude, I think I was still in my rehab clinic when Andy texted me about it. He was like, oh, like, I'd like to keep you in the sport or in our company in some way. Like, are you interested? Like, we could probably open up a remote role because obviously they're in Manitoba. Canada?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. I think it is Manitoba. Yep.
Yeah. So everyone's pretty much there, or I know Brad is in Illinois.
Yeah.
But he's at the races every weekend, stuff like that. So they don't really have like a remote employee. So they created a position for me. But I pretty much just do emails all day and like answer questions, product questions. People send me contracts. Work. If anyone has had a deal with FXR before, they dealt with Dawn. So basically, I just help Dawn, relieve some stress off her. I go through rider support contracts, approve them, place them in their spot, and just answer a bunch of product questions. And I don't know, sometimes I got to tell the dads no about free gear, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we have an inside track now. We can just hit Jerry up because I need some more gear. Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever worn FXR gear?
FXR is one of our sponsors.
It's one of our sponsors.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Jerry, I was in sublimated gear at Loretta's, buddy.
How can you not know?
Oh God, I should have known.
Yeah.
Dude, the sublimated stuff is so good.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever got it. Brad took care of me for Loretta's.
He made sure everybody knew, so I'm surprised you didn't hear about it.
I actually didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kiefer made a video about it, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what I know they're supposed to start selling them. I think next week is those boot covers that Kiefer wore.
Oh, the Gators.
Did he ever say did he ever say how they were?
Oh, he loved them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
I know a lot of Woods guys.
Yep.
Like dude, I got so many emails about.
I've been hearing about these.
Stuff.
I haven't seen them anywhere.
I saw a video of Chris wearing them.
Yeah, I don't think he posted photos of them yet, but there was definitely videos on his Instagram.
Are they like the old school Gators?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yep.
Things always come around.
Well, that's what they're trying.
Right?
They're really
it's like
pushing
a cycle.
it. All
Yeah,
the kids that came in
exactly.
the FXR tent that they were shown to, the kids were like, "Yeah, no."
It's like I've been seeing chicks walk around in bell bottoms and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
everything goes around.
That's what I was telling these kids that were saying no. I was like, dude, you need to get on it on the ground floor, buddy, because these are going to be big.
Yeah.
A year from now, you're going to be like, man, I should have done it.
I missed it.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's really cool, man. FXR is a great company. I'm glad you have that. Again, you were at Loretta's. Are there other events they want you to come out to?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to them about it,
Okay.
like videos or anything like
Yeah.
that. It's obviously, dude. I don't know how. I need to talk to Mitch a little bit how he does it every weekend because it is like, dude, it is such a bitch travel.
Yeah.
He said
I mean,
it's such a bitch.
yeah.
Sorry.
Are,
That caught me off guard.
are you talking airplane and everything?
Yeah,
or,
just like there's amount of stuff you gotta bring to like go to
Yeah.
the bathroom, like catheters, all your stuff. Like that's why I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if Mitch has like a lot of his equipment on the semi, so he can travel maybe with less stuff every week, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what he does, but
yeah, he would know. He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, I know. It's impressive. Honestly, like the fact that he goes every weekend in the heat, like all that stuff is so gnarly.
I was wanting to talk to Darkside about getting him on the show.
I've tried.
I know, because I want to ask him, how much longer are you going to do this? You're like 80, you know?
Dude, I know. He's been at it so long.
Yeah. He just ignores my texts when I text him. So
we do too.
Yeah, that's true. Scotty does.
I'm the king of that. So
yeah.
Well, Jerry, dude, this has been a pleasure, man. I'm glad you did this. It was really great seeing you at Loretta's, and I love seeing you in good spirits. I was looking through your social, and you in the gym with the Major Fitness Global stuff and changing tires and all that stuff, man. It's good to see, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's good to see you at Loretta's too. How did your week end up going?
Oh, bro, come on.
I end up results.
I went 35, DNF. Ask me about the DNF.
What bike failure? Or what happened?
No.
Well,
One of FXR's other riders, a Mr. Chris Kiefer, took me out as he was lapping me.
No, really?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, our lines came
Like
together.
on purpose, or did he
No.
just sketch you?
Our lines came together. He thought I was in a different rut than I was, and his rut came into mine. He bent my rear rotor and destroyed my radiator.
Dude, I will say, like, Loretta's has the most like crossover ruts.
Yeah.
I think ever like that I've rode. Besides maybe like Unadilla, like, dude, Loretta's is one of the gnarliest races like ever. Just I think it's because there's so many different speeds of riders.
Bro.
Like, dude, the track gets so gnarly.
It does, but have you been to Vet Nationals at Glen Helen?
No, not Vet Nationals, dude. I mean,
disgusting.
I've put some motos at Glen Helen.
But it's like brutal. Loretta's, where there's guys like me that are super, super slow and dragging the brake from the top of the hill to the bottom. And then you got guys like Phil Nicoletti trying to go wide open. That's probably the nastiest track I've ever rode is Vet Nationals, Glen Helen.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was 2017, my rookie season. They did amateur day before the pro day, and they didn't groom the downhills.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember first lap of practice, dude, I like come over the top of the hill. It's the first time I ever rode Glen Helen. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this track?
He said,
it's because of guys like me.
Like, dude, the bump started at the top of the hill.
Yeah, man. The first time I went there might have been 17 also for Vet Nationals, and I was on the front and rear brake from the top to the bottom, and I was gaining speed. I was like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and they're not, I mean, if you guys haven't ridden Glen Helen, it is insanely steep.
Oh, so scary that first time. Yeah. Well, Jerry, this honestly, this has been a pleasure. I'm so glad you did this, and I'm glad you're doing very well considering the situation, and yeah, I hope to keep seeing you at events and just keep prospering, man. It's awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was good. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, dude. Have a good night, and we will talk soon.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good one.
You too. That's Jerry Robin tonight, brought to you by Guts Racing. Very unfortunate event, but good to see him in such good spirits and doing so, it seems like mentally doing very well.
Yeah.
I've got to work on getting Jesson on. We don't have to. We'll get to the other. Let me just do that right now.
Yeah. One that blows my mind how his and Jimmy Button's were both like 0 mile an hour tip overs.
Yeah. No, his wasn't.
It wasn't very
fast. It was
but he went through a rhythm section.
Yeah, but he was like rolling it.
But like Indonesia.
But it was slow speed though.
Yeah, but I remember tacoed into his bike.
I thought it was slow.
That's what he came up because
I feel like when I saw it, we were all like, "Really?"
No, it wasn't. No, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like the worst one was that I saw somebody tipped over and just destroyed their wrist, but I can't remember who that was. But no, he went straight up. He came up short on that rhythm section because they changed the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. All right, next guest of the night's on the line. He's going to be brought to you by Yamaha Motor USA. And what do we say? Yamaha Motor USA, they don't just build motorcycles, they engineer legends.
Yes.
Like Chad Reed.
Yeah.
Ryan Villapoto for a little bit.
Damon Bradshaw.
Damon Bradshaw. Doug Dubach,
Jamie Guida.
possibly, me, of course, me. Down the road, possibly our next guest tonight. Yamaha Motor USA brings us from the Club MX Yamaha amateur racer Jesson Turner. What's up, Jesson?
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, man? This is I'm glad to have you on here. I did not actually meet you at Loretta's. I never came up and said hi. I'm a dick. I did go say hi to Ryder, but not you, so I'm sorry. But thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
So I will tell you, I missed it. I was supposed to introduce you as Juicy J Trap Dicky. Tell me what this is about.
All right, so my name at the shop is Juicy J because I don't know how that came about. Like, it just started off as everyone called me Jay, and then eventually it turned into Juicy J. And then the Trap Dicky part is that's just a local rapper that's from around here.
Okay.
And all the boys, we listen to him because he's actually kind of fire.
Okay. I was told that was Devin Simonson's favorite rapper.
Yeah, he's actually not bad. I can't lie. He's pretty
Is this like Little Dicky from like was it HBO or whatever?
Yeah.
Nah, this is just some dude that's from like the town over, and he's
Nice.
actually pretty big now. You know, it's funny. One of the recent club posts, they used one of his songs on there.
That's good.
Like,
That's good.
it was so funny. Like I was scrolling through and I was just laughing because I don't know how that even got on there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, I'm sure Daniel Blair or somebody probably sprinkled that in. DB knows what's up. And I will tell you, I collected a little research. I did a group text with all your Club MX teammates. So I got a few other things to sprinkle in this interview that might be funny. But right off the bat, Locksburg, Arkansas, that's where you're from?
Yeah.
So did you ever come down and race Swan or any of the East Texas tracks?
Yeah, that actually, Swan was one of my locals whenever I first started like riding and learning.
Okay, so I'm in Longview, and my two co-hosts are about to speak up. They're all from the Tyler area.
Really?
Yeah.
Before I even moved to club, actually, I was training at Swan
Yep.
with B. Burns.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
will be training for 27,
At,
actually.
I'm pretty sure it was Justin 2 years ago at the Pro Challenge. Him and Cade, not in the Pro class.
Doesn't
and
he?
one of the
Cade Johnson.
Cade Johnson, in one of the future classes, had one of the craziest battles I've ever seen.
I remember that.
You were on him like crazy.
Yeah, and somehow, like, y'all ridden that track was
Yeah.
able to make the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that for sure.
So does
Yeah,
that mean so you know Cade pretty well then, huh?
Oh, I grew up with him. That was who I rode with because I lived in Texas for a good 5 years. And yeah, I trained with Cade I've been training with Cade forever.
That is one goofy kid.
Yeah, sure. Actually, when I first started riding and training, he used to like lap me whenever we were training together. So we came a long ways, that's for sure.
Nice. Well, I will tell you this, Jesson. I didn't know a lot about you. I'd heard your name here and there. But watching you at Loretta's, I actually said Scotty last week that he was who I was most impressed with. Or maybe I said it on the Kiefer pod.
I think so.
But I was most impressed with you because I didn't know a lot about you. And you, man, you were freaking ripping. I think you went 2.4 DNF, but yeah, just at 4.52 in Open Pro Sport. But
Yep.
yeah, I think your results didn't really show how well you were riding.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of like just what you said. I feel like a big thing that's with me. Like I'm not really known, but I've always been good. It's just I feel like I've struggled to show it at a lot of places, and a lot of times doesn't look quite as good on the results sheet as I'd like it to.
Is there a thing or two that you feel like is kind of contributing to that? Like, is it maybe under pressure, bad starts, or is there something that you know, like, I've got to fix this?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, like, because I mean, I had some good starts at Loretta's.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten on podium at I've gotten on the podium at SMX Next.
Yeah.
I've gotten on combines. It's just like it kind of get swept under the rug. I feel like where I know that I've beat all these guys multiple times at races, and I don't know. I've always been like the second and third place guy where no one ever really pays attention to, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually sad that second or third sometimes are just like overlooked. But what are you, 17?
I'm 18 now.
Okay, sure, 18 now. So yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit. You kind of said like you weren't always the fastest kid. Like you really sounds like you developed over the last couple of years. So it takes a couple of years to figure out that racecraft and all those little things. And I do believe you can learn all that at Club MX. So maybe 2027, we're going to see another big step.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, even like out here, dude, I mean, I battle with everyone. Some days, you know, we all trade who's the guy that day. That's just how it is at the practice track. So, like, I know I'm capable of it and have enough skill. So, I think just another year of developing, I definitely feel like I could show myself a little bit better.
I dig it.
Yeah, Justin, you know, this day and age in the sport, and you're kind of one of the first generations to see this all the way through, where when you guys make the choice that this is what you want to do, you're still on 65s, you start going to the training programs and facilities and all this stuff, and now you've gotten to the point where y'all are all at the skill level and the athletic ability and the fitness level to do this professionally. But now there's so many of y'all because that y'all have all done this. And now this idea that you had as a kid of being pro, and now there's not very many rides to give out, and you get to this point, how has that like changed your perspective over time in this process, and how kind of do you keep the eye on the prize, so to speak?
Yeah, it's definitely like tough. Like I mean, I'm super grateful to be here at Club MX with an amazing team behind me, but it's definitely hard for a lot of people because, I mean, I went to Southwick for my first pro national and I got 13th in Moto 2, and like I know that, like you said, like we're capable of running with the pro level, but it's just hard because there's so many good guys out there still, and we're all so good too that it's really, I don't know, it's pretty hard to find a ride nowadays, especially when you got all those good guys still out there. I mean, I like my teammate Max Anstey, he's got a kid, and I'm still
Yeah, I know, right? Like there's a lot of them still around.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, Phil is a perfect example. Like I love Phil, but he's still riding. I just had to race him at Loretta's. And he's making us look bad, especially Zacho.
Like, go home, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like, and those guys were, I mean, they were on it, dude. Like I felt like I was going so fast at Loretta's. And honestly, the worst part is that at Muddy Creek, our regional, Zacho was there, and I went 1-1-1. And then Zacho came out swinging at Loretta's. I was like, dang, dude, this guy's ripping.
But that's the kind of thing you got to like kind of ask questions, you know, ask those guys and learn those things, because that's knowledge. That's race knowledge, and that's experience that you will eventually get. But man, yeah, just ask them those questions and just learn from them.
Yeah, I've been super fortunate to have Phil around, and I feel like I've grown my connection with him. So that's one of the guys that for sure I've been learning from. And Anstey too. I've actually, just in a short period that he's been here, I've learned a lot from him. He's
good,
dude.
Do you think that something like what they do over in Europe with like an age limit for the 250 class would benefit the 250 class?
See, I mean, in a way, I think so. But then also, it would just same deal with the 450 class. Like, it's just, I don't know, because there's, I mean, the 450 class, if you look at in Supercross, the main event, most of all of them are past champions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've moved up from the 250 class. So
right.
It's hard because there's just so many good guys over here now.
Yeah, it's just I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That it's just tough to try and put an age limit on that. Like even in the wise, like a lot of guys are staying down so they could have support going into the pro class. But I don't know. It's just tough. There was that dude at Loretta's that his wife was doing all his bike work.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
hardcore.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool though. But yeah, like kind of you were saying, TJ, a minute ago, like if they do the age limit,
I love it.
there's not enough spots for some of those guys to go. So let's say Jesson, he's 18. What would that age limit be?
I think it's 24 over there.
Okay,
isn't it?
so he's got 6 years.
Yep.
And like maybe he's not. What if he doesn't fully develop until the 7th year, and then he doesn't really have an opportunity? It's over. That sucks.
Yeah, then I'm going straight to 450.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a job.
yeah, that side job. Yeah, talk about those two Southwick and Unadilla. You passed a lot of dudes at Unadilla, I think. I believe you, I don't know, plus 10 guys maybe each race. I mean, you were coming from the back to the front a little bit.
Yeah. Unadilla, well, I assume y'all all already know. I got
the 10 license points.
yeah, brokered the record for 10 license points.
Yep.
Beat Freezy.
Be free.
Unadilla was all right. Like, I won't say I was too stoked with my performance. Like, I was in B practice, which I wasn't too stoked about because I thought since I got 13th at Southwick that I'd be an A. But so I started off, and I've never been to Unadilla, so the first qualifying session was super, super muddy, and I'm still trying to learn the track. So I didn't do very good in the first qualifying session, so my time came from the second session, where everyone's time came from the first.
Yeah.
So I was kind of off the pace. So I was in B group, so I was P1 in the second one, and I would have liked to seen someone out there to know the pace, kind of to know where I was lacking and stuff. So I got qualified 25th, so I didn't have great gate pick. I had an okay start, but then I just got shuffled back first lap because I don't know, I was being a wuss out there.
All right, well at least you admitted it.
Yeah. So I came back, I got up to 16th and then crashed, so then I got 19th, and then obviously I got penalized because I was cutting some markers. I'll admit it, I was cutting some markers.
Did you know you were doing it?
That's what I was going to ask, yeah.
I will. Well, so there was like a couple knocked over, and there was one up. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I was like, "Dang, I'm so far back here."
Hey, man, honesty's the best policy.
Yeah, like who's paying attention to me?
Like, yeah, I was like, "Why would they be paying attention to me? I'm all the way back here."
Yeah, they're watching.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What in that scenario though? Like, what could be put there in place where you would never even thought to be like, maybe I can get away with it? Like more stakes,
more license points,
a better system. Like what would have prevented you from doing that?
Well, what they did was they made a little windrow right there, like a dozer berm, not a berm, but like a little wall.
Yeah.
So, like, there was no wall or anything, and I'm doing everything I can to get out of the roost of whoever's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, wherever, because at that time I was all over Avery Long.
Mm-hmm.
He was going outside because he had caught up to, I think we caught up to Munir. So he was going outside, so I was going to the inside, and I was trying to stay away from him because I'm still bruised all over from that roost, which was crazy. So, but even how many people, 20 people got docked for doing that? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They put a windrow up and no one did it again because then it was kind of a wall there. So it's like,
gotcha,
way better, but I don't know. It's just,
lesson learned, man.
Hey, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
yeah.
What are the 10 license points? Like, I guess for most people, and me included, I don't know what does that do? Like at the end of the year, does it hurt you for something? Is like, what does it mean, the 10 license points?
So what I got told was basically, instead of like, it's just something to do. So like, you know, the example he gave to me was that, say Vince Freezy does something dirty, like you can't really dock him a position for that. So they came up with the license points. So it's a penalty, but it's not really bad, like a bad penalty.
But okay, is there like you get so many and they like take you to the principal's office? Like what? Like what?
We would need to get Lewis on the phone or something because he's going to know.
I think
all
you
the
can
there-
lose
It
gate
does
picks.
eventually turn into something, but I don't remember the details.
Gate pick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
it's
lost
10.
you lost gate pick right, for second motor, right?
Yeah, I got last gate pick because you get 10, and I lost all 10 that moto.
In one shot.
So yeah, so I got last gate pick. So
Yeah.
So maybe now you just shoot to see how many can you get this year. I mean, just
You want him to do like you did in fantasy, where like you get the
at the worst.
If I can't win, I want to be last.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you keep up with fantasy at all?
I do not know.
Oh well,
He lives in
there's
reality.
like 3,000 people that play or something like that, and I've been doing terrible. So this weekend I did on purpose. I got the worst. I got dead last spot just to see if I could do it.
Yeah, I don't think Jesson wants to do that.
No.
No.
I've got a couple more things for you here. Jesson Turner tonight, brought to you by Yamaha Motor USA. Being at club, I've said many times, I've spent a couple weeks out there at different times. That place is freaking amazing. It's the mecca of tracks. You've got guys like Daniel Blair. You talked about Phil Nicoletti. Justin Brayton's out there sometimes, plus all your teammates, guys like Cody Schock, Maximus Volan, Devin Simonson. What are you learning there? Like, what are you picking up from those guys that is helpful? How are they treating you? Like, is there any other place that you think even comes close to Club MX?
No. I've been to so many facilities, majority of a lot of the ones in Texas, and this place is unreal. Like, I love it here. I have a little house that's right down the street, so I lived on property for a long time. I had a camper for like the first year, then we got a cabin, and now we have a little house up the road. And it's just an awesome environment, and you're just around people who are striving to be better every day, just like you. And it just makes it easier to do your job, I guess, like, and make you want to be better every day. And yeah, I'm just around such great people, like my teammates. I love them. I have such a good relationship with all of them, and really close with Ryder and Hunter. Those are probably my two closest. Like, we're really good buddies, and it's just fun. Like, the vibes are time, and you're just like, we still work hard and we still push each other really hard, and definitely don't cut anyone any slack out there.
Good.
But whenever we're off the track, like, it's just such a great environment and super good people to be around. And like I said, like, I'm new to, I guess, like, not racing, but all of this stuff, like the top level. And I've got guys that have been here and done it. So everywhere I go, they have advice for me, and I just am able to learn from them so much. And they have all been through where I'm going through right now. So
right.
They have advice for me to help be better and not make the mistakes that they made, is basically what I'm trying to say.
I get it. Yeah. And you're 100% right. I agree with you.
Yeah, Justin, because of the everything that you just said, the camaraderie, the facility, the passion with the team, and the team, the bike itself. Say you get to the point, or if or when you get to the point where other offers are on the table, and like, say some of them are factory rides or something like that. How much of that would factor into you wanting to stay at club because of what you have here? Would you consider maybe even staying with club over a factory ride because of the things you just mentioned?
Yeah, I would. For sure. Honestly, I don't really think that there's any team facility or anything that compares. So for me, I love my bike. My bike's really good for an amateur bike. Really, it's really good. And like, just the relationship with all the people that we have here, like Daniel Blair, Brandon Haas, like our trainers, our off the bike program, I really don't think anywhere could come close to it. And so for me to leave, I feel like it'd have to be a lot of money.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So like that's really what it comes down to, because that's where I'm at in my career now, is where it's like I need to start doing this as a job and make a living out of it. So I feel like for me to leave, I especially think right now it'd be really hard for me to leave, because I think me leaving is not what's best for me right now in my career. I don't think that would move me forward in a long run. Like now, me leaving for a good amount of money, I think I'd rather not take the money right now and have it work out better in the long run.
Yeah.
That's very mature.
Yep.
It's very cool to
Having a
hear.
team like that. Yep. I agree. All right. I've got a couple. These are the little things that we're sprinkling in from your boys, Yoder and
Oh boy.
your friends here. So tell me about driving the beater and thinking you're Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Oh shoot. So we actually just sold that thing. We go on Facebook Marketplace and we find these cars that are, I don't know, like the most recent one was $600. So we all split it 3 ways, 4 ways, however many people we have. And we go rally that thing on these back roads back here. And I'm telling you what, this is the most fun thing to do in Chesterfield, South Carolina.
You're right. 'Cause
Probably so. Probably
there's not
true.
much else to do other than maybe riding the jet ski or the yeah.
So this is like top tier. And so I actually just sold our last one a few weeks ago. Somehow this dude came knocking on our door wanting to buy this thing. And he was like, yo, you got the title for it? And I was like, yeah, actually I do. I was like, yeah, $500, you could have this thing. We bought it for $600.
What
right?
was it?
So it was an Impala,
Oh, sweet.
like 1999 Impala, I
Yeah,
think. This
yeah.
thing ripped. She had an exhaust leak, and it was leaking right into the cab. So we had to run the windows down.
Nice.
We first got it, it was overheating. So we ended up figuring out that the radiator fan didn't work. So my dad, he is a body man, so he works on cars. So he went and stole an old fan off of one of them, and we hot wired it and got it to where it would run for longer than 20 minutes or so. And yeah, we did some crazy stuff. Like we were jumping this thing.
Don't let Mike B find out.
Oh, we keep it off Club MX.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you, he's probably listening right now. So
Yeah.
Oh no.
He said, "Oh no."
Hey, his dad gave him permission. His
Yeah,
dad was
right.
involved. They're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Blame Dad.
Yeah, my dad helped us get this thing running. So
that's awesome, dude. All right, last one here. They told me to ask you about getting cleaned out on a practice start day.
yo, that was today.
Oh, okay. What happened?
That happened today. We were like, all right. So after we got done having fun testing the new 27 Yamaha,
Yeah.
those things were pretty sweet. So we went and had a lot of fun doing that. We came back and we're like, all right, we got to get strictly down to business. So we were doing starts because we have press this weekend. So we didn't want to do a lot of crazy riding today. So we did starts. We were going to keep it light. Yeah. So we're doing starts. I had a pretty good start. And all of a sudden, so get this, Ryder is on the very far outside gate. And he's like 4 gates over from me. And somehow, I don't even see him. Like, he had a feel on me, like I was let off. I don't even see him. He gets like sketch, cuts across, somehow misses Brighton Carroll and misses someone else and straight into me. And I just go ragdolling, dude, down the parking brake. And thankfully, like, I was all right. I don't know how I got such a short end of the stick. My gear was all ripped and just cooked. My bike was kind of mangled. So I here and I somehow was all right. But yeah, dude, I just got clobbered on the start, and which it wasn't intentional. But
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's awesome.
The way the starts have gone in the 250 class
Yeah.
this year, that's good practice because it's gonna happen again.
I gotta go spend another week out there.
Yeah.
That literally, because I was last gate pick in that second moto and Unadilla, and I was just watching everyone go straight past the turn. I was like,
yeah, what are we doing? Turn right.
I was like, yeah, we're not supposed to be going that way.
That's awesome. Jesson, this has been a lot of fun, dude. It's really glad to get to meet you a little bit. I wish I'd came and said hi to you at Loretta's, but next time you're at a race together, I will definitely come say what's up.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, are you racing buds?
Yes, sir. We're leaving tomorrow. Me, Hunter, and Ryder are all riding together in the Prius. So
Oh, nice.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Well,
that's be fun.
get the start and, rub some elbows with some boys.
Oh yeah.
All right, Jesson, you have a good night. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You got it, buddy. See ya. That's Jesson Turner tonight, brought to you by Yamaha Motor USA. Yeah, up-and-coming club kid, super fast.
Yeah, he was a fun interview.
Yeah, hopefully we will see him continue to make headway. You good?
No, he's not.
Okay, I didn't know. Do you need something
No,
from me?
just keep going.
Well, it's his time to read.
Okay.
I didn't know if you had it.
If you're looking to grill savory steaks, bake a delicious chicken breast, make perfect roasted potatoes, or fry bacon for breakfast, Grill Your Ass Off is a seasoning to elevate your experience. Jason Murph is a military veteran, motocross enthusiast, and his line of seasoning and sauces simply cannot be beat. On top of being astounding, every product sold helps support a true nonprofit or event. Visit grillyourassoff.com. Use promotion code DarksideMX3, all caps, to save 20%. You will not be disappointed.
That is absolutely
It's a fact.
true.
That's a
fact. Either of you guys have a grill your ass off? Bring the heat?
You go first.
Okay. Two things. Quick one. Harbor Freight. My stepdaughter,
Yeah?
one of them now works at Harbor Freight. And I wanted one of their big shop fans, like a 24-inch big box fan. And I had her look to see if they had it in stock. And she said, no, we're out of stock right now. I was like, all right, well, I'll wait until we get some more in. It's been like a week. And she's like, oh, yeah, we still don't have any. They're done on order. Who is running your store? If you're out of a product, order more. Yeah?
Maybe
run
they're-
out, I mean,
maybe
you run
they're-
hamburger buns, Scott,
Yeah,
what do you do?
If I run a hamburger buns, I'm going to the store and paying more expensive buns so that I can keep
But
selling
you're going to
burgers.
get some on order.
Yeah, I'll order some on the next truck.
Somebody is making sure
I'll
when
order some on
products
the
are
next
running
truck.
out, like we need
I
more.
think they could be back ordered
I think
though.
they could be back ordered. It's the middle of summer. Don't you think maybe they could have possibly ran out of fans?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Get more.
I mean,
There
like,
might not be more.
we got tariffs.
Stupid.
Don't
But I love you,
beat the
Marley.
Mako. I mean, like we can ask for a lot of things.
I'm not that good.
Yeah, okay, well, they don't have that many fans.
I guess not. All right, well, maybe that was a bad one. All right, I got one more. This is actually could have been in emails. This is going to be our official August email of the month. Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's going to probably make fun of me.
MXman401. This is actually from Instagram, but we do our Instagrams on emails too. I posted a video from Loretta's
Yeah.
the day where I was like, hey, man, today I'm stamping it, I'm beating Mako, whatever. This guy said MXman401. Okay, that's his name. Everybody, MXman401 on Instagram.
Yep.
He responded, douche side. I said, yeah, man, I'm a douche. That's what everybody says. He said, any douche that runs 333 because he wants to run 666 is a total loser. It's a joke that Steve makes. It's a joke.
I know that.
I think this guy must.
Simmer down.
I
Keep
think
going.
this guy maybe.
He's bringing the
believes-
heat. Let it
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let it go.
I guess this guy believes that stupid joke that Steve makes.
But there's a
maybe?
lot of things that Steve and you and everybody play up that
I know.
everybody
I'm
believes.
just telling you what he said. And it really is
You are
odd.
douche. He's right,
I
right
mean,
about
yeah.
that.
He says you
I've heard
can't
anything wrong with
ride. No apostrophe. You can't write. So what are you good at? Question mark. Oh, digging ditches. Laugh my ass off.
What does this guy do? Did we pull up his profile?
Did you?
What'd you
please
say
tell
his
me you
name
spent
was?
no time thinking about this.
Well, I mean, just enough to screenshot it so we could talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Wait, what was his
I like
name?
this guy.
Then I said, I said any douche that runs. Oh wait, that's what he said. I guess maybe I am an idiot. At some point, I said, now who's the? Oh, I said, now who's the douche? Haha, you're a moron.
Yeah.
What
But-
was it again?
MXman401.
Yeah. Anyways,
But hey, you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinions.
that's right. Well, no, they're not. No,
Oh, they're not?
Absolutely.
No, I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no,
They're
no.
not.
People are not always entitled to their opinions.
Oh,
But-
apparently he's the dude.
The dude. Oh, is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah. So I have one.
Okay.
Like, I understand in a way that we stopped doing things 24 hours a day because of COVID. But why?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why do we still not have Walmart 24 hours a day? Why does everything close at 10 o'clock
For the
now?
same reason we don't really have Walmart checkers anymore. It's all just They're
No,
gonna make
there's
their money,
people
get you out.
in the store. They
They
obviously
don't care.
don't need checkers. So then why can't we just go in Walmart at any time? Like I don't understand. The lights are still on. The place is still open.
Yeah.
There's still people in there.
Because they do have a few employees that would have to be there, and that
So-
would cost them more money.
But
And
I don't want to go.
I agree with you, but
I'm so pissed off. Like things,
Yeah.
some things changed during COVID, and they could go back now.
now they realize they can still make money and probably making more money and not having the doors open as much. It's not, they don't give a shit about the convenience of it for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
Anyways.
Scotty, you got one?
Oh, sorry. I went down
Oh,
to
yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
He can't type for shit. My
Is that your grill your ass? I'll bring the heat.
sure. I
'Cause
actually
this
hold
guy
on.
can't either.
I had one. I
Hey,
had
watch
one,
your
and then I
mouth.
got distracted by yours. And now I can't remember what it was. What were we
Go
talking
figure.
about before? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
So
Maybe
You
this
don't
is
have to bring the heat, and you haven't done your top 5.
Whoa, we haven't gotten to the top 5 yet. You don't know that.
okay.
All right, cool, man. That's the grill your ass off. Bring the
Wait,
heat.
well, what was it?
He'll
So-
get-
Wasn't that
Hey,
mad about it?
start your
apparently.
sentence, your next sentence, and he'll jump in
Yes,
with his. He'll
yes,
remember.
yes.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
I feel like there was something else I was going to get to. Oh, I am going to be doing a review of the Fly Racing Blueprint chest protector, the RCH1. That's the full chest protector with back piece. I wore it at Loretta's. I'm going to wear it a few more times. I'm going to do a written review, but I think we have what I think is a very funny promotional photo
Heck yeah.
tomorrow for this thing. So if you guys check out my Instagram tomorrow.
Heck yeah. It's gonna be good.
I'm looking for the responses. I'm sure MXMan 401 will love it.
Yeah, I remember what mine was now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I told you as soon as you
It's
start.
just time to do the Renthal read, but
Yep.
screw Renthal.
Yep. Oh wait, no. I
No,
love
he said
Renthal.
no. He said no.
No, I love Renthal. Okay, so mine is, of course, it comes from the group chat earlier this week, and it was it was y'all's idea to do this video for I can't ever say Aegis. Okay,
Yep.
Aegis. Totally fine with. Love for a chance to go ride with you guys. Looking forward to it.
Me too. Can't wait.
I understand that it is my fault that I don't have a bike. I need to borrow one. I understand that's unfortunate. I'm completely willing. Always said yes. I'd go pick up the bike. Teach it doesn't take the trailer. No problem doing that. No problem getting gas. No problem doing any of that. I can come do it on Friday. And then it's like, oh well, I guess I could take the trailer out, or I guess I could do this. And then y'all went back and forth. I was like, dude, I don't have a problem doing these things. And then y'all just like waffle back and forth like I'm some kind of flake or something like that. And it's like I have no problem going to get in the bike, And then like I come in today and it's like, oh, you're gonna have gas. You're gonna bring grips. I offered to buy all of those things without being asked to a thing that I didn't even ask to go to. Y'all invited me
Hold
to
on,
come
hold on.
ride.
I was with you and I was having fun with this until you said you offered without being asked. No, you didn't bring up paying or doing any of that stuff until it was brought up. Now I don't want you to. I don't really give a crap.
What?
But
No, it wasn't.
I just-
I offered to pick up the bike immediately.
No, I said, are you going to pick it up? You never said, hey, I want to come pick it up.
No, I think he did say I'm off work Friday, so I can come pick it up.
But after I brought
got
up,
you.
are
I
you
got
going
you.
to pick it up?
Yeah.
And then
Well-
I said, hold on. Then I said, hey, don't you have a set of grips? You want to bring them over? I can install them.
Well, they're for my bike.
Then you
Well,
bring, yeah, exactly.
And then I said they're the ones that you don't like.
well, I was going to take them back off because I'm going to take them off anyways because I'm going to put.
And then I offered to go buy you a brand new pair because I said I ride the bike a lot. It's the least I could do.
It is the least. You're right.
Yes. I would love to go buy you a pair of.
You're good. You're good.
I've done
I mean,
oil changes on the bike
again.
before.
Ooh,
I've done
again? Again?
I've offered
At
to
the end of
maintenance
the day,
it.
we're busting your balls. Calm down.
Okay, you calm down because you were hot earlier this show today when we came in. You were butthurt about all kinds of things.
I don't
Was
remember.
I?
You probably were, but I don't
I mean,
remember.
I might have been, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
All
know.
right. So
You're
we
real
got to grill
chirpy.
your heat. Grill your ass off.
Okay.
All right. That
So
was
I can
it.
do Renthal now?
Yep.
Oh, wait, well, hold on.
Love Renthal. Great company.
Sorry, Paul.
We're
Go
good.
ahead.
Renthal.com. When you think motocross handlebars, you think Renthal. And why? Because Renthal has been the worldwide leader in motorcycle handlebars for over 50 years, crushing American and world titles, supporting teams like Honda, HRC, Red Bull, KTM, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, Hep Suzuki. Whether it's Fat Bar, Twin Wall, or even the OG 7/8, Renthal bars are unmatched. Visit Renthal.com. You can get yourself some of the Eli Tomac Chosen, Chris Kiefer developed 661 Fat Bar, or even the 995, which is its equivalent in the Twin Wall. You could get casual wear. You want a Renthal t-shirt? They got it. You want some mountain bike pedals, the Revo DHC or Revo TRC clipless pedals? They got them. Yeah, you can get free shipping on orders of $99 and more. So please visit renthal.com. Get yourself some new handlebars. I've been running the 661s, and I really, really do like them. So thanks to renthal.com for being a part of the show. Also, Cherubies USA. It started with a passion for the ride and the drive to build something better. A Cherubies became more than a name. It became the armor for every rider who believes in pushing past limits. Our plastics aren't just parts. They're an identity. Every line and every curve are built from decades of innovation. So visit CherubiersUSA.com to get a full plastic kit. You can get hand guards, fuel tanks, bike stands, skid plates, disc covers, and even those linkage guards that some people love, some people don't. Talon Volan and Brian Fullerton will certainly make sure you're taken care of. Fully actually sent me a new radiator shroud to replace the one that Kiefer jacked. T-Bolt USA Top 5. Sometimes you just want to cut loose with your buddies and shred your pit bikes. Doesn't matter what you got. Regardless, T-Bolt USA's warehouse is fully stocked and has you covered on pit bike parts and accessories. You can find BBR, Pro Taper, and Renthal